Hello, both sides of the conversation family. We welcome you to this virtual space crafted especially for you. My name is Jada Curry, and I'm both sides of the conversation's marketing director and graphics design specialist. I want to take some time to ground us all as a community into this space we are about to open up in, so let's go through our community standards. Both sides of the conversation is providing a safe and honest space for open conversation, so we ask that you all be respectful of that. We also ask that you be respectful of each panelist, host, and participant. We do encourage healthy debates and conversations. Don't personalize anything with anyone. This includes name-calling, bullying, trolling, or shaming. This will not be allowed or tolerated. Your perspective is yours. It is not a prescription. You do not have to agree, but show respect. These community standards apply to all of our live shows and any virtual spaces that we hold on social media, including YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. We want to make sure that we are caring for each other as a community. This is our priority in all of our endeavors as both sides of the conversation. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's show and continue to stay in touch with us via YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or all of them. All right, thank you for listening and see you soon.
Welcome everybody to both sides of the conversation. I'm John Henry, Executive Director. Today is Tuesday, so y'all know what that means. We're going to have another powerful Hidden Gem segment. Some amazing folks here. We got a packed house night community, so we'll be moving through, trying to get through this. I'm running late. The storm is driving me nuts. Okay, people, the news reports is out there. Be careful. These potholes are tearing up our vehicles, okay? And they got to pay for that. I'm reaching out. I'm putting my claim in. I got 3 new rims I got to fix now because these potholes. But again, community, be safe out there. It is raining hard, and folks are sliding all over the place, and these potholes is causing damages. So y'all just make sure y'all doing y'all part to be safe. Today, we got the co-hosts of the Mosters here. Pretty Tony, Khalees, they here to support the team tonight, and we just happy to hear you, Tony. Pretty Tony, what's going on? Holla at the people.
Hi, John Harry. Hi, community. Hi, both sides of the conversation platform. It feels like it's been forever. I just want to thank community for coming out to the bowling event. Everybody that came out, the bowling event was so nice. I know we had it over like a week ago, but I haven't been here, so I have to give my thanks to community. It was such a fun event, seeing the kids smile and just be happy, and seeing the seniors come and eat and fellowship. That's what being in community is about. So if this is your first time on this platform, our platform, welcome, because you're in for a treat. We have 2 perspectives, and it's going to go down today. It's Hidden Gems night, and everybody that's here tonight, I know them. So I'm super excited about that. So let's get it, John Harry.
Man, that's what's up. Sister Khalees, what's going on? We know you traveling, but you here, showing up for the people. What's going on?
Yes, it's 80 degrees in Arkansas. Yes. Yesterday it was about 40 miles per hour winds. Tomorrow it's going to be raining. So as long as I don't get sick, I'm good. Yes, to echo what Tony said, the bowling event went down. I mean, we can't stop talking about the bowling event. So I'm excited about all of this. So yes, glad to be here. Yes, both sides of the conversation. Excited. Hidden Gems. There's a variety of hidden gems tonight, so I'm excited.
So, Khalees, tell me, are they giving you love with your both sides of the conversation gear on Arkansas? I know they got to be asking you, what's this both sides of the conversation?
Yes, and I'm having to explain to everybody in different shades of color and walks of life. Yes, it's drawing a lot of attention, John Henry. A lot of attention is coming my way.
Man, don't feel bad. We got our first hidden gems. When we first started this, some folks came over from Arkansas. So shout out to all the folks that we know in Arkansas and across this country that represent both sides of the conversation. So just happy about that. So community, you are in for a good treat. We got to get through a couple of our road news and a couple of community announcements and events before we get to our first hidden gem tonight. So we got to punch through it. But just want to give a shout out to all the amazing Black people, okay? This Black History Month has been a historic month. I know tomorrow is a significant day because we are kicking into Women's History Month. And there's some phenomenal queens that are doing some amazing things to impact not only our community, but all communities. So we want to start off this March on Women's History Month to just give love to all of the amazing queens out there that's making a difference, making impact and impact.
Come on, give it to us, John. We need more.
I'm giving it to all of the queens. The bishop is giving love to all of the
That wasn't good enough. Come on.
I get knocked on here because they say I don't give enough love to the queens, but I always appreciate the amazing queens, and we have some powerful queens here tonight. So I'm excited, but I'm gonna shut up and get through this because we got a lot of stuff today to get through. And I apologize, community, because I'm rushing, I'm stumbling. I was trying to get here to make sure that I help support my team and get going. So let me get through some of the road announcements, and we're gonna get through this tonight. For all you who don't know, Reverend Cecil Williams, one of the spiritual leaders and co-founders of San Francisco Church and San Francisco Glide Foundation, is stepping down from the church after 60 years. He sent a letter to his staff that he sent out on Tuesday. As he's making his transition, he was impressed and understand how all of the folks have stuck together to move Glide's vision and mission. Being the leader of that organization for the past 60 years, Glide have done some powerful stuff. And, it's just great to see him stepping down. We know he's up in age. He's dealing with a number of health conditions. We know his wife passed, and it's been a lot. So he was the minister there. He started back in 1964 and really transformed Glide as a church. The amazing impact work that they do with our homeless, our unhoused, the amount of program they feed for people, substance abuse, mental health, the amazing work that they all are doing. If you don't know about Glide's church, you just missing out on an amazing church. And, Pastor Williams have been doing amazing job impacting community. But as they say, all good things must come to an end. He's passing the torch. But again, community, y'all know me. I'm always saying our elders in the community, pass the torch. We got to pass the torch sooner. But again, it's just nice to see him stepping down and passing on. But we are still going to always encourage our elders in the community. Pass the torch to the young people. All of the young people that are ready. All you pulpit, senior pastors, pass the torch. Let the young people take the lead and move forward with the message. So again, shout out to all of the amazing folks. I know a lot of those folks over at Glide. And I know this a transition is hard for a lot of folks, but it's just great to see what's going to take place with Glide, a lot of the innovation and things that's going to take place with some new young ideals. Glide has always been a vibrant and pillar of the community in San Francisco. Every year, every day they feed folks, but every holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, they do an amazing job feeding our unhoused folks in San Francisco. So shout out to you, Cecil Williams, and just want to give you your kudos for the work you've done. And you not a hidden gem, but we're going to highlight you and uplift you and give you some love tonight, King. And we're just proud of you and the amazing organization that you all have developed over there at Glide. Also, terrible news. It's been a tragic weekend. Y'all heard us on Sunday talk about there has been an increase of violence across the Bay Area. Over the weekend, there were 5 dead folks that were killed in Oakland. There was a number of shootings. We had a number of shootings in San Francisco. Like, things are just starting to happen more and more. Unfortunately, a couple of the family members who were impacted by this violence, I actually know a couple of them, and it's just heartbreaking. And one of the individuals were killed to domestic violence. And this is a conversation that we're going to continue to uplift here at both sides of the conversation. Too many times, our queens in the community are being killed from domestic violence situation. And we always want to highlight and respect, domestic violence survivors, and always talk about some of those things that impact our community. Is very tragic. When women are not protected by men in the community, we have to do a better job, but we will continue to do our part here at both sides of the conversation to make sure that we support domestic violence survivors and the movement of making sure that our communities are safe. Fellas, we got work to do. We got to deal with our emotional egos and different things of that nature. We're going to continue to advocate for mental health for the brothers in the community. And again, to all of our communities, elected officials, folks who run city departments, I keep saying, we can't heal half of the community. We have to also advocate to make sure mental health services and the services that we provide for women in our community, that we get the same funding and support for men in our community. If we really want to have true healing, no excuses. Again, the sisters in the community that need these services and resources definitely are impacting them, but we have to do a better job to advocate and make sure that we are providing the same type of mental health services and access for males in our community. But again, I don't even want to go through all of the stories, but a number of shootings, again, 5 people dead, a number of people are injured, and it's just terrible. You know, we in Black History Month, and to have these type of violence incidents take place, it is just tragic because our communities are doing a lot to heal. We already dealing with a lot, and this month is kind of like the month that we should be celebrating and uplifting our Black joy. And again, we still are getting hit with violence in our community. We got a lot of work to do, community, here at both sides of the conversation. We're going to do our part to be a part of the violence prevention movement, finding a way to get our young people and community folks involved so that they can help support the change with this violence in our community. And it's just something that we have to do. Also, there was a bill to hold social media companies accountable for the fentanyl crisis. There's a number of folks working. As you all know, fentanyl has been also impacting our community, especially here in the Bay Area, San Francisco, Oakland. A lot of lives. I think they said it's 1,500 people a day who are dying from fentanyl, and it's terrible. We got a lot of work, but again, we do have to hold these folks accountable, and we have to do our part to educate our young people about substance abuse. It is so important, and just shout out to all the substance abuse community organizations that continue to advocate for the lack of, there are no use of drugs in our cities. Also, there's a number of ransomware attacks that's been happening. A couple hit the U.S. Marshals with sensitive information. All since this Russia war and things going on in China, we've been having a number of data breaches and information that's been breached. So community, do your part. Make sure you have your firmware up and all your security measures in place as people are hacking more and more. And it's just like, wow, it's happening. So we just got to protect our stuff and be safe out there. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into our community announcements. And I'm trying to get them all up because my printer's having problems, communities.
And there's 1,000 of them, John. There's
I know we got 1,000. So y'all got to be careful. We got to get this out. But Khalid, go ahead and take off and get started with the announcements that I'll drop in there.
All right. We got some upcoming events. SFMOMA and MOAD announced joint curatorial position. This role will advance scholarship and public engagement with African diasporic art and culture. For more information, you want to visit sfmoma.org or call 415-357-4000 for more information. HCN announces their Community Innovation Grant winner. The Homeless Community Network selected Brandon Stroud as this year's recipient of the HCN's award. This is going towards curating yoga spaces for the BIPOC and LGBTQIA bodies. Kudos to Brandon Stroud. The First Unitarian Universalist Society of San Francisco scholarship year 2023 to 2024, ranging $1,500 to $2,500. The deadline is March 1st. We'll have the link to follow. Manny's is proud to welcome HRC's new president to San Francisco, Kelly Robinson. This event is happening March 1st, 6:30 to 8 p.m. at Manny's, 3092 16th Street in San Francisco. For your tickets, go to eventbrite.com. Reparations Education Subcommittee meeting is held on March 1st at 5:30 p.m. You can meet virtually, and we have the link to follow. Future of San Francisco Freeway, State and Local Perspectives, March 2nd, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. This is happening at Manny's, 3092 16th Street in San Francisco. You can get those tickets at eventbrite.com. HRC is working with USF students. Listening sessions, reparations plan. This is happening March 2nd at Frum Hall, 125 at Marishi Room. April 7th at McLaren Complex 250, and also April 20th at McLaren Complex 250. You can RSVP at eventbrite.com. There's live music Fridays with jazz duo Ali Dudek and Kai Lyons. This happens March 3rd, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Manny's 3092 16th Street in San Francisco. For your tickets, go to eventbrite.com. Fundraiser with Aftershock. The context of the Turkey/Syria earthquake, March 3rd, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. This is happening at Manny's as well, 3092 16th Street, San Francisco. Tickets, eventbrite.com. There's a Youth Writers Workshop, War Memorial Veterans Building at 401 Van Ness Avenue at McAllister Street, room 302. March 2nd and 3rd, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. You can register at eventbrite.com. Breakthrough Summer Bridge 2022 to 2023 admissions now open. Academic enrichment to middle school students. Applications are due March 3rd. For more information, go to summerbridgesf.org. Bayview Senior Services present Black Cuisine Family Reunion. This is on March 3rd. Friday, you can pre-order online at blackcuisine.square.site or call 415-822-1444. Scrap 2023 has workshops and they're live. Hanging sculptures with XI Maps Dong. March 4th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. For more information, you can go to eventbrite.com. The Bayview Senior Services present 43rd Black Cuisine Family Reunion, George W. Davis Senior Center, March 4th. For tickets, it's $35 for food and entertainment. This is happening at 1753 Carroll Avenue in San Francisco. You can call 415-822-1444. Reparations Economic Empowerment Subcommittee meeting is happening March 6th at 5:30 p.m. This can happen virtual, and we have the link to follow. You can learn about trees, the San Francisco trees. This is happening March 7th, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Manny's at 3092 16th Street in San Francisco. For tickets, eventbrite.com. Reparations Policy Subcommittee meeting is March 10th at 5:30 p.m. There's a virtual link for you to follow so that you can appear at that virtual meeting. Let Your Voice Be Heard. DKI presented by Supervisor Shaman Walton, March 14th. Rally on the Steps, 12 p.m. Board of Supervisors meeting is at 3 p.m. at the San Francisco City Hall in room 250. You can also appear Zoom 415-665-0001. The meeting ID is 2497-265-2335 and we'll have that information for you. Rise Prep annual 5,000 Family Fun Run and Walk event. This will be at Candlestick Point Park, March 18th. Support for Families, a free conference for families of children with disabilities. This is happening March 18th at the John O'Connell High School. Virtual options are available. For more information, we'll have the link to follow. Girls Who Code's free San Francisco summer program. There's 2 free programs. The deadline is March 24th. For information, you'll follow that link. Crochet Outside the Lines with Amy Lange, April 1st from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. For more information, you'll go to eventbrite.com. Black Men in White Coats Youth Summit, April 1st, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's at Merritt College at 12500 Campus Drive in Oakland. Registration is open, eventbrite.com. Hope San Francisco is accepting academic scholarship applications. Students who live in Alice Griffiths, Potrero Terrace Annex, Hunters View, or Sunnydale. Deadline is April 14th. Go ahead and apply at that link if you need a scholarship because college is expensive. Girl to Fly Summer Art and Activism Program. This program is for San Francisco-based teen girls and GNC youth 14 to 19 years old. Applications are due May 1st, and we have the link to follow. Angela Davis, Seize the Time exhibit. Exhibition on view now through June 11th. Tickets is at that link to follow. There's ongoing events such as Sundays at Manny's, weekly neighborhood disco trash cleanup. This happens every Sunday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Manny's is at 3092 16th Street in San Francisco. You can sign up at that link to follow. Exploratorium and Be Magic. Visit the Exploratorium for free at Pier 15. You can contact reserve at exploratorium.edu. Mention Be Magic Community Family Pass, and it's on a first come, first served basis. There's a new roller rink operated by the churches on 8 wheels. It's an outdoor plaza between Asian Art Museum and Main Library. Wednesday through Sunday from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Youth under age 18 years old is $5, 18 years old and up, $15. San Francisco homeowners in the Bayview, OMI, and Western Additions area. Mayor Breed's Dream Keepers Initiative is a 100% forgivable loan for home repairs. For more details on that, call 415-295-2043 or email melanie@rtsdf.org. Habitat for Humanity expanded their service area to all eligible households for zip codes 94112, 94124, 94134. They're accepting applications for home repair. For the application, you can call 415-202-5902 or email homerepairs@habitatgsf.org. iFoster wants you to know about their phone program for California foster youth ages 13 to 26 years old. For questions, you can email phone@ifoster.org or call 213-459-1128. Dragon Spunk Rolling Roots has fresh produce farmers market. This is Saturdays, 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. This is at 1820 Palouse Street. Enter at the gates at Oakdale. Magic Zone still has open enrollment for cohorts 3rd through 5th grade and middle school. Academic support, enrichments, and sports activities. For applications, we have the link to follow for you. Tools of the Trade Shakespeare to Change, workshop of verse, lyricism, and more. This is happening Mondays, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., March 6th through May 19th at the Bayview Opera House, 4705 3rd Street in San Francisco. DEV Mission Computer Lab has a new STEAM hub. All K through 12 students, it's a free program. This is open now through June 2nd, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. You can call or contact Patricia Nolan at patricianolan@devmission.org or call 415-756-8664. The Strutters Room has a free dance workshop at the Bayview Opera House. This is at 4705 3rd Street in San Francisco. Wednesdays, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. This is happening now through June 18th. More information, www.thestruttersroom.com. Launch or grow your business. Business support services for small business entrepreneurs. Email bayview@rencenter.org for more information. Youth workshops. There's job referrals, resume building, skill building, professional networking. You can schedule an appointment at star.aprisf@gmail.com and the link will follow. Ubuntu UBUNTU Leadership Institute has its Spring 2023 Common Read. Support the mission of Brotherhood of Elders Network and the Ubuntu Leadership Institute. For more information, we'll have that link to follow. 3rd Street Youth Center and Clinic College Jump Program. This is a program offering college readiness and process for ages 12 to 24-year-olds. That's important for you to understand all the different requirements for you to get your foot in the door with college. For College Counts program, go ahead and apply at that link to follow. Peace Parks presents Friday Night Fun. This is every Friday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Hamilton Rec Center, 1600 Geary Boulevard in San Francisco. Lovely Ladies University, there's open enrollment for ages 10 to 17. That's on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 4:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at 1275 Fairfax Avenue in San Francisco. For membership inquiries, www.ladiesempower.org. Saturday Family Fun Day. There's field trips, sporting events, and much more every second and fourth Saturday. For more information, you can email sfrebels1990@gmail.com. Also, BSOT's capacity building fundraiser is still going on. You can visit our GoFundMe page and make donations today. There's jobs. Kuma Healing Project has 2 24-hour positions available for fellowship peer specialists. This is for motivated and interested adults of African descent. Go ahead and email that resume and cover letter to rosalind.roddy@sfdph.org. IT and web development apprenticeship. There's a spring cohort that's beginning April 1st. This is for ages 16 to 24. You can go to acwd as in dog, b as in boy.org. There's a Hunters Point family has a 24 plus job opportunities. You can apply now for job descriptions. We'll have that link to follow, and you can also submit your resume. So no one has to be without a job. The Children's Council of San Francisco also has its Black FFN Spring Institute accepting exempt caregiver applications. To apply, we'll have that link to follow. The Black Economic Equity Movement, BEEM, has an exciting guaranteed income opportunity for Black young adults for applications accepted through mid-March. For more information, we have that link to follow. If you're interested in construction, you can receive an industry-approved training and OSHA certification. February 21st through February 24th at 1301 Evans Avenue, San Francisco, Oscar De La Torre Center. To sign up, evahopkinssf@gmail.com. And it looks like that may have already passed. Cal PPH Pathways applications now live. California Public Health Pathways is now recruiting applicants. Entry-level job training. We will have that link to follow. So many events, so many jobs. There is something to do for everyone. APRI Job Readiness Training, $400 after completing the training. This is happening through March 1st, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. March 2nd and 3rd, Thursday and Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can contact APRI Eva Hopkins at 415-821-4777. SFP UC Youth Job Training Program has a job training program for youth 14 to 21 in transitional age 16 to 24. Bayview Hill Gardens, room 1075 at LeConte Avenue. You can apply through March 2023, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 to 6 p.m. You can contact Jason Brown at bayviewci.org. There's a 6-month workforce program in San Francisco for paid jobs for ages 17 to 24. The deadline is March 13th, and we'll have that link to follow. And Saxelby Legacy Fund Apprenticeship application has a paid summer internship. The deadline is March 15th. For more information, we'll have that link to follow. Officer of Mayor London Breed Bridge to Excellence Scholarship. High school seniors can receive an award up to $5,000. The deadline is March 17th at 5:30 p.m. We have that link for you to apply. UCSF has a science and health education partnership. Sailor Construction Workshop. It's a paid STEM opportunity. Deadline is March 19th. We'll also have that link to follow. City and County of San Francisco has an upcoming career event. Career Resource Fair, April 15th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Civic Centers Plaza, 355 McAllister Street in San Francisco. You can register at www.careersf.gov. MOAD has a teen program. Bay Area students grade 10th, 11th, and 12th. Join a 5-week art making summer program. The application deadline is April 17th, and we will have that link to follow. In the Black is Hiring, there's a sales associate and assistant manager position. We'll have that link to follow as well. Children's Council San Francisco is looking to hire 2 health and nutrition specialists. Information and to apply, you would go to ZipRecruiter and Glassdoor. Join our youth team at both sides of the conversation. San Francisco youth volunteers are needed. There's a paid stipend, high school or college honor roll students. Join with us. Email hr@bsotc.org. John, that was quite a bit.
Well, thank you for holding it in, community. We know y'all be wanting to get through the show, but we got to be patient. And I just want to also acknowledge, I know it's a lot of reading this information. We did receive information from folks who are disabled in our community. and folks who have vision impaired wanted to make sure that they be able to hear what's being said. So y'all be patient. We have to make sure these events get out to the community. There's too many times community folks are sending out emails to the city and different folks and saying, we don't know what's going on. Nobody's telling us. And it is our job here at both sides of the conversation to make sure that the community organization events get out to the community, the resources, parents. You heard all of the internships, the jobs, the opportunities. We don't want to hear about nobody's getting information out to the community. You got to do your part to watch, follow, look into our social media handles. We share all of them information throughout the community. So again, thank you, colleagues, for getting through that. I know it takes a little time, but we have to make sure on this platform that we are educating our community. We are making sure that they get access to the resources. That's our job here. All right. So y'all can't lie on our people and say, oh, yeah, nobody told us. We didn't know that. Y'all not doing a good job of getting information out. We're going to do our part here to get it out. Also, to all the people following us for the first time, please go to all of our social media handles at both sides of the conversation. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We all over the place. Just type in both sides of the conversation and we go pop up and support you. We are still looking for volunteers, folks to help support our organization. If that is you have a skill set, because I know I hear a lot of people out there right now. The job market is changing. People are being laid off. Folks talking about, oh, I want to get involved. Come reach out to us. We got some opportunities that we can help out to community also. So we are excited about that. Please sign up, subscribe to our newsletter. You'll see a newsletter coming out for us tomorrow. We are excited. We're going to keep everybody informed of what's going on. Come check out and see the things that we're doing here at both sides of the conversation, how we impact community and things that we are doing. Check out some of the phenomenal folks, the American organizations that we partner with, work with, and see how we go about blessing the community. All right. With that being said, enough of us. With the minutes is here. The time is coming. Tony, we got to bring up our first hidden gem tonight, because I know
we want to bring up Miss Rashida Brown. She is in Las Vegas doing some amazing things.
Oh, hi, you guys. I was like, okay, it's almost my time. How you guys doing tonight?
We are blessed and highly favored.
That's good. It's a pleasure to be on this show. I was actually shocked that I was nominated to be on here. I have been a hidden gem for decades. I've been in the hair game for over 29 years. This is my 29th year of being a hairstylist. And so I'm just trying to just figure out where I want to be. You see this thing behind me, it's called Ka. And I'm here, it's here at the MGM. And my goal is to eventually be a hairstylist and a makeup artist for the Cirque du Soleil show here at the MGM. So that's where I'm at this evening.
Well, we're going to speak that into existence for you, because
yes.
So where are you from? Where's your
okay.
How can we come get cute?
Okay, so right now I am in Las Vegas. I have a salon here in Las Vegas, and I also have a salon in Elk Grove that I work out of. When I come there, I do come there a couple of days out of the month to still do my clients. I'm originally from San Diego, California, born and raised Southeast San Diego, AAA. I've been in Sacramento now for 20 years, and then I moved right before the pandemic to Vegas. So I've been here for a few years. And that's pretty much it. I put my social media platforms on there and my website, and it has my phone numbers and everything on there. So I'm always able to be contacted. So yes.
Now, Miss Rashida, it's expensive to get your hair done these days.
It is, because our products are expensive. Now, if I was Bootsy going to Sally's getting your hair products, then your hair would be looking like you did it at the house. So, just like food and everything else has gone up, hair products has went up, and also our time. And I think the longest the person has been in the hair game, your prices are going to go up just a little bit because they're experienced. Just like dentists and doctors, you know what I'm saying? You can go to a new dentist and he may not charge you as much, but you go to an experienced dentist, he knows his worth, and he's going to maybe charge you just a little bit more. But it's better to have somebody experienced than somebody new in your head. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So I have a question for you, Rashida. I noticed that a lot of women nowadays wear a lot of the hair. Can you tell us about this hair? Because sometimes I hear prices of $100, $1,000. Can you tell us about that, please?
Okay, so there's a variety. There's so many people out here selling hair extensions, selling wigs, selling units, frontals, lace fronts. You know, and I say to each his own on that. I'm an old school hairstylist. You know, I like old school weaves. If you got some hair, you can have a little leave out and get you a weave. I'm game for it. Now, I'm not mad at the people that's getting the lace fronts and the frontals and all that, but I'm getting a lot of women who edges are gone and not coming back from the lace front and the frontals. As far as the grade of hair, there's so many grades of hair. You got Indian hair, you got Malaysian hair, you got Burmese hair, and sometimes you get some good hair, sometimes you get some bad hair. So you just got to make sure you're with a reputable company that you know that's going to, you know, sell you some good hair that you can use for years. As for me and myself, I have a hairline called Global Glamour Hair. I put that also in the chat so you guys can post. And I have I sell Brazilian hair, and the reason why I sell Brazilian hair because it has a little bit more texture, so it kind of blends in. It kind of looks like ours. It's not silky like an Indian or Chinese straight, you know. But it kind of flows with us, and I'm not putting heat on my natural hair every day trying to blend in with this hair because this hair is already kind of like textured. So that's the difference between them.
Now, I don't know why you want to come on here talking about hair tonight. I don't know. Okay.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
He's mad because he ain't got no hair. That's why. He
This is why
Can you get John a frontal? Can you get him a frontal?
Yeah, no. What he need? He need a man weave. He need a man weave. I do man weave.
Does that exist?
Yes, it actually does. I've taken a few classes. If you go on my website, on my social media, you'll see when I took the class. Man weaves do exist. They do wear them. Men get weaves just like women do. They just be quiet about it. When you see a man with a do-rag on 24, he's securing that.
Hold on.
That man weave.
Do they be black? Do they be white?
They don't discriminate.
Do they be young? Do they be old?
Yes, it's a lot of young guys that have receding hairlines.
Why
a lot of young guys.
Why are they getting receiving
just
lines?
Generational alopecia, male pattern baldness.
So how do they have? I'm interested now. Now, how do they maintain it though?
They go to the shop like we do. The barbers are doing it. I'm for sure. If you go on any social media site and put man weave, you're gonna see your eyes gonna pop out your head from
locks. You telling me the man is out here perpetrating and they got the nerves to talk about us? Is that
from locks all the way up to beards, girl, mustaches. Because they hair won't grow in, so they put a little stuff right here so it can look like they got a whole beard and a mustache. They doing big things. You wouldn't know unless you was all up in their head.
Now, is that expensive for a man to
Yes, it is. And they're paying it. They're going behind the scenes. They're paying it because they got to get bald out. They got to get the bald fade on the side so it can blend and look like it's make it look like it's a weave. Yes.
Yeah, wow. Those are all of those beta males, okay? That's
women,
okay? I'm gonna tell y'all.
It's them older.
I'm gonna keep my bald head, okay? I'm gonna love the bald head. I lost my hair.
Yeah, you go with some hair, we are clowning you.
No, we're gonna give him a makeover. We're gonna give him a man weave.
We gonna call you Ganesh.
I'm not doing that. I take the bald head rubs. They love the bald head, okay?
We're gonna give you a man weave locks.
Now, Rashida, let me ask you something. You've been in the beauty world for a long time. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
What makes you want to make people beautiful? What makes you want to stay in this?
You know what? First of all, I've always dealt with doing hair. My auntie did hair, and so just being young, going in there with them, going to get my hair done, and then staying there all day watching them do hair. It just kind of grew on me. It was something easy for me to do. But making women look beautiful, that's what women are. They're beautiful creatures, and so a lot of women don't. You'll be surprised how many women don't think they're beautiful. Oh, yeah. And a lot of people be like, "Oh, hair makes you beautiful." Hair does make you beautiful, but if you have a beautiful personality in and out, it's going to make you shine and be a little bit more beautiful. You know what I mean? But I do a thing with the American Cancer Society called Look Good, Feel Better. Oh, and you don't never understand how women feel about their hair until you meet someone who had long, pretty hair and it's gone. They don't have it anymore. And they go through trying to cope with having to wear a wig and not having eyebrows or eyelashes. My job, my volunteer hours were to help them learn how to put makeup on to make it look like they'd have those things. And then
That's
the American
beautiful.
Cancer Society give them free wigs. And if they wanted to, they can go to their doctor and get hair prosthesis. That's a wig that's made for their hair that the insurance will pay for them to have. And I make those, and I do that as well.
Now let's go a little bit deeper. If you get a lady that comes in your shop and she's feeling down and out, she's feeling depressed because mental health is at a sky high right now.
I deal with it every day when they
And
sit in my chair.
And you know that social media tells us that we have to look beautiful 24/7, right?
Yeah, and I get that from a lot of, especially women who are in the business world. They feel like because we're African American women, the hair has to look a certain way for them to fit in with their other colleagues and things like that. I had a client, I swear, she would come to me sometime twice a week for me to touch up her hair. I'm like, you do not need my curling iron.
Let's talk about that, Rashida.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's talk about that. That's what I want to know. Like, because you making people look beautiful, but you kind of also like a counselor in a sense.
Girl, I'll be stressed to the 10th.
That's what I'm saying. So how do you help a person that comes in and they just down and out and they feel, and I know you make them look beautiful and they feel better afterwards, but what kind of encouraging words,
the first thing I do, I'm a firm believer. I'm I call myself hood religious. Because I got that hood side, but I love Jesus, but I keep it 100, and I just know where my blessings come from, and the only person who can take you and get you through anything is God. That's number one. So I do talk about Jesus in my chair, and I let them know that when they sit in my chair. There's a lot of things that we try to control as women. They think because we're African American women that we have to be this strong personality, and we got to carry all this weight on our shoulder, and grandma did it, and so-and-so did it, auntie did it, so you got to do it, you got to be strong. Yes, but there is a point that you have to step back and just hold yourself accountable for what you can take care of and what you can fix and what you can do. You know what I'm saying? I get a lot of women, their hair fall out from stress. You know what I'm saying? They face break out, they lose weight, just stress, and sometimes you don't even know that you're stressed, but internally your body is feeling stressed out, and we carry a lot. So I talk to my clients who sit in my chair about God. I really, really do. And I push that. And I tell them that when nothing else matters and when you're alone, character is who you are in the dark. When ain't nobody looking, when it's just you in your bed in the dark and Jesus, that's who you are. And God sees your vulnerability. He sees who you are as a person. And so we can fake and shake all day long to these people on social media or our friends and our family, but character is who you are in the dark. And I just tell people, you got to be able to live with yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be accepted by everybody. You're not going to be loved by everybody. And it comes a time in your life when it comes to a certain age where you got to eliminate people. You got to eliminate things and people out of your life. And sometimes it hurts because they're like my sister. We grew up together, yada, yada. It don't matter. Sometimes you just have to level up and let people go. And we take on so much stress as women, and we take it and we bury ourselves with it. One time I read this book called Garbage In, Garbage Out. We take so much garbage from this relationship, from that marriage, from that friendship, and you got all this garbage that's sitting inside of you, and you don't ever take any time to empty out that garbage. You just full of stuff, and you just find out that you're just topped out. You have nothing else of yourself to give. You got to let some of that garbage go. You know what I'm saying? And before I met my wife, I took like a year hiatus, and I didn't deal with anybody because I just had so much garbage, so much pain, so much hurt from just situations that I've been through my life. And I just collected all this garbage and I didn't let it go. And so once I let it go and I just focused on God, I just like, God, I need you to fix whatever's going on. And once he did that, I started seeing life a little clearer and was able to move a little different. He started opening up my eyes to things that wasn't open when I was carrying all that garbage. And I talk to my clients about that.
I got to ask you a question because, I'm always there. I ask the difficult questions.
Do
you honestly tell these women who come here and their hair messed up? Do you tell them?
I tell them that what I do tell them is I'm a beautician, not a magician. I can't make you look like Beyonce if you ain't got them features. I can't do that. I can get that hairstyle close, but I don't mean you're gonna look like a boo. I'm sorry.
I be having to ask because sometimes I be seeing these women come out these hair shops, and I be sitting there saying, "Now this lady spent 2 hours working on this lady hair." I be like, "That she ought to be ashamed of herself." I know you don't let them people walk out and say, "Girl,
Oh no. You know what? Some people that sit in your chair, you can't always give them what they want, and you have to be honest with them. Like, okay, you like this, but this is not for you. This is a little bit for you, and I explain to them why. And once I break it down to them, they get it. You know what I'm saying? But I can't have you looking like this if your hair is not going to allow you to look like that. That's why you have so many women now wearing wigs, because they get that versatility that they cannot get with their natural hair.
No, that's very powerful. On a serious note, we just want to commend you.
Thank you.
Getting into that space in there. As Black folks, we continue to talk about Black businesses. Getting equity into a space like you're trying to get into there in Vegas is huge, and that opens the door for a lot of folks. Even with me being here, my mom was a professional stylist as well for a lot of years. So I was a little young boy. I was always in the salon sweeping up hair.
My daughter too. Yeah.
And it is amazing the work. And I always have the utmost respect for folks who
Thank you.
stand up on their feet all day, inhale all the
chemicals.
chemicals.
Yes,
and
Lord.
One of the powerfulest things that I've always remembered about hairdressing, and Black folks, we are about our beauty and how we look. As I was growing up, I didn't understand all of the elder women who would come to my mom's shop who had cancer and their hair was off, and they, she worked miracles to help those women. I never understood it until I got early.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. And, my mom used to do her things where she would go and help women who, different situations and do her give back. And I think this is why a lot of this is in me. Like a lot of times people ask me why I do all this stuff. And I just think like all my life I was around people who gave back.
It starts at home. It starts at home. Yeah.
It definitely instills in you. So just want to say kudos to you.
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
And,
Thank you.
We want to definitely support you. You are in Vegas, so you're a little out of our range.
But I come to California. I come to California 7 days out of the month. So I have a few spots that aren't taken with my regulars. So if somebody reaches out to me, and I can make my days a little longer if I want to. That's the props of being a self-employed stylist. You make your own hours and you make your time. If you don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Right. I have one burning desire question, just really quickly. I got one burning. I noticed that now when you go to the shop, that the stylist likes for you to come with your hair washed already. Now, back in the day when I used to go to the shop every single week, I used to go there, get a shampoo, be in there for hours. They shampoo your hair, they put you on the dryer, they style you. But now these new stylists is asking you to come with your hair washed and dried already.
I don't do that. That's the new school. That's the breakdown of the new school hairstylists and the old school. The old schools ain't gonna have you come to their shop with your hair washed. They don't do that. The new booties, they're gonna charge you just as much as we charge you, or maybe a little bit less, but you won't come with your hair washed. So where's the nourishment? Where are they taking care of your hair? And you want to wonder why your edge is falling out, why your hair all hard and brittle, but you want to go to the old school hairstylist, spend an extra $30, $40 to make it right. Sometimes you just got to do that because these new stylists, they just slapping up. We didn't used
to do that in the 90s.
And that's what I was telling you about the new school hairstylists and the old school hairstylists. You're going to pay more to go to a seasoned hairstylist because they're going to take care of your head.
Well, ladies, invest the time. I know we got to get out of here. We got
a lot
of hidden gems, but I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome.
Make sure that we get some young people. You start a glam school and get some of these young people.
I'm in process.
When my mom did hair, they paid young girls from high school, and they would do all the shampoo.
I had an assistant. Yeah, you have an assistant.
I used to always sit up in the chair. And I'm rest in peace to Miss Jo Bear. She was a great stylist, and she's always tell me, John, come over here. Let me rub your hair. She had them long nails scratching my hair.
Yeah.
To teach the young girls. So I used to love that. Always the treatment that I had. But before we let you go, just want to give you an opportunity to give any shouts out to folks who've been there.
Yeah, I like to give a
I want to
shout
let you
out.
go because they're gonna be like, "Girl, you
Yeah, I
went
gotta
on
go.
both sides."
Right. They're gonna be
Shout me
like,
out.
looking here. No, first of all, I like to give a shout out to my wife. I have a brilliant wife who has had my back through a whole lot of things, and she's always looking out for me and making sure me and mine is okay. And she tolerates me going back and forth from California to Nevada doing hair. We live in Vegas, but she allows that, and I'm grateful for her for that. She holds it down while I'm away. I like to give props to my old school. And I don't even know if Miss Huff is still alive. Anna Huff. She was the first person to give me opportunity to work in a shop and hold my own, to let me know that I can have my own shop. She instilled that in me. And for you guys who don't know, me and Colise have been friends for well over 20 years. And she got some throwback pictures of when I used to do her hair. And I appreciate her for nominating me to be a hidden gem, because I have so much knowledge and so much to give that I'm an overload. I'm overloading information, you know what I mean? And anytime anybody has questions about hair and anything that they want to share and give, I'm always here. I'm an open book, and I have so much knowledge, experience, and things that I can share when whoever wants to. So I put my information is down there for social media. If they have any questions, they can go to social media and hit me in my inbox. I'll be happy to call them back and have a conversation with them. I do specialize in alopecia patients who have lost their hair because of medication or tension alopecia or just cancer itself. I do units and things like that, but I do specialize in healthy hair. So if anyone out there wants to do that, I got you. I'm the one for you.
I gotta go through some of them pictures of colleagues and see what your work's all about.
Oh, boo! I got them hands.
I'm just giving you a hard time. Before you leave, just want to say thank you, and also here at both sides of the conversation.
Thank you.
All of our hidden gems who come here with businesses, we find a way to support them. We know Mother's Day is coming.
Yes.
Around that weekend, if you are here in Sacramento, maybe we'll work together.
I will.
We'll pay for a couple of mothers to get
their hair that'll be nice.
That?
I will. Yeah. I'll book a day just for you and your people. I actually will do that.
All right, we're gonna do that. Okay. So both sides of the conversation, we're gonna support you. Thank you for being here. We'll make sure we get your information out to the community. Thank you for being here.
All right, will do. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
All right, no problem. We have a blessed one. All right, community, there y'all go. If y'all need some hair, go to the Glam Squad. Check out what's going on. Get fitted and sit it up in there. I don't know. I ain't messing with my hair, okay? I'm keeping mine the same, okay? The big bald head bishop.
You don't have no hair, so you can't do anything to your hair because you ain't got no hair.
Who's our next guest? Who's our next guest tonight?
We got Tiffany in the building. You ready, Tiffany?
Oh, we caught Tiffany. Oh, Tiffany leaking. Oh, we got Tiffany.
What's up, pretty face?
I'm ready. What's up, y'all? I'm so happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me. How y'all doing?
We are great. How are you doing? Tell us who you are, what you about, Ladybug.
Yes, so I'm Tiffany Guyton. I am a personal development assassin. Okay, I specialize in mindset development. I'm a mindset coach. I'm a mother of 3. And it's 8:00, so it's really bedtime. So I'm really trying to get it on. I'm happy I came next. But so tonight, I'm really, really grateful to be here. I do got some really good gems I want to share with the people. Rashida said something I want to tap on into if y'all want to get right on into it. So basically, she talked about darkness and how, we be in a dark place sometimes, or all that darkness stuff. Like, I want to jump right into it because it's called shadow work. It's a lot of times we live in a dark place and a lot of people don't know how the hell to get out of that space. And that's what I specialize in helping people do.
Man, definitely powerful stuff. So, helping people is very important, in this work you do. How do you come up with ways to impact people when they come into you at their lowest point? What are some of the techniques you do? And if somebody wanted to come join your coaching methods, how do they get connected, and what's the availability for folks in the community?
Yes. So to start off, I really focus on subconscious mindset and just reconditioning the mindset through affirmation, speaking over your life, environment, experiences, like taking action, all those type of things. My biggest part of reconditioning the mindset is like audios and listening to them all day instead of like TV, music, things like that. I go into like a 30-day, 90-day challenge to just, feed my mindset of positive things, because we listen to music, we watch movies. It's a lot of things that's feeding our mindset negativity, and we don't balance it out enough with positive and healthy, visuals and audios. And I actually have an event coming up, and Tony will be the host.
All right.
This is my second annual, and it's called Blueprint to Your Success Vision Board Party. And this year it's all about how you see yourself, and not just like your goals or your dreams, but how that person that you envision with your eyes closed, how she walk, how she smell, what she wear, what type of fabrics do she wear, like going into the depths. I'm not a surface level type of person. I'm really like get to the depths and the core of where we desire to be and who we desire to be and how we can actually make that manifest in physical form.
Wow, very powerful. Tony, you want to jump in there, ask some questions, Khalid?
I mean, I know I got lots of questions, so I was trying to let y'all talk because I'll take over. So I'll let
Go ahead, Tony.
Well,
I want to know that she make an audio, because she got one of those voices that might make you go to sleep if you went to meditate. Okay.
There you go, sis. There you go. Hey, you see how that happened when you just don't even know you thinking about a dream and a dream come to you or somebody think of it for you? I love that.
Heck yeah. Speak that life over me. I take it.
But what I want to know is that, like, why did you start doing this work? What made you want to get into this field of work? This is a very hard work, and a lot of people don't believe in manifestation, or they don't like it, or they don't even just know what to do. So what made you get into this work?
Basically, I always reflected on my life as a child. I always observed my environment. I was raised into church. I have a grandmother that always made sure I was into church. So I really observed the environment, and I've seen a lot of things that, I kind of made me uncomfortable, or not just want to be in that space and environment all the time. But I also kept God with me. I also, at a young age, developed a personal relationship with God just because of the environment that I was supposed to be connecting with him in was not always healthy. So I as a young girl, I always just had that connection with myself and God, because in order to have that relationship with God, I had to pay attention to who I was and what I was doing and how I was feeling and thinking in certain environments and experiences. I was naturally unsubconsciously aware of myself. So when I got to this space in this season of things was not making sense, my thoughts wasn't making sense. It wasn't manifesting the life that I desired, the mother I desired to be, all those different challenges. It was not overcoming with ease. There was a lot of frustration, easily overwhelmed, irritated, responding in unhealthy ways to the smallest challenges or, challenges and discomforts, all those type of things. So I had to sit back and really, say I just need to change my way of thinking. That I was already into chakras and meditation, and it was not shifting. It wasn't moving me into elevation and evolving. It was just like a band-aid. It was just putting something on to make it feel good at that moment. So after I had my daughter, I realized I don't want to set a certain type of example, unhealthy wise, can't handle my emotions, just being outraged and overwhelmed. So it made me think about social media and spending the time I spent on social media. I was like, if I can really just sit on this phone and watch other people do unhealthy things, escape from the reality of their life, then I should be able to use this same app to learn and really engage and absorb information and retain information that's going to help me get out of this unhealthy space I'm in.
Now, I heard you talk about two things. You talked about Christianity, spirituality, but then you also talked about chakra and things that people may not even know what that means, right? Yeah. So in our community, we're very judgmental. We know Jesus. That's what we do. We go to everything with Jesus. So now this new generation is talking about chakras and the universe and all these things that it's just I don't know where they came from, but they came from somewhere, and people are submitting to doing these things. How do you discriminate? How do you what's that word I'm looking for? What's the difference between the two? Are they the same? Like, if you're a Christian, can you go out there and do shockers and stuff like that? Like, is that, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay, it's gonna get a little real because
get real. That's what we do on both sides of the conversation, baby.
so basically, when just to think about it, like growing up in church, it's more religious, and a lot of the things are definitely in alignment. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of balance. But growing up in the church, they ask us to, eat the flesh and drink the blood of Christ. You know what I'm saying? Can you remember I was a child. I remember holding those little things and debating with my spirit and feeling kind of uncomfortable. Like, what am I doing here? I don't really know what this is meaning and where this is going. And it's really kind of deep what I'm actually about to do, So
I didn't think about it too much because I was hungry. So I needed to help and eat that and drink that at the time. But I'm just saying.
Terrible,
if you like, hurry up and drink it. You be sitting there like, okay, hurry up. What you doing? Why are you waiting around? Just get it done. That's how it was for me. So, I just did it. And it was like, okay, now I don't even know what the meaning of this is supposed to do and be, it wasn't a lot explained to me. But when I did get into like chakras and meditation, it was really about my spirituality and my spirit within, my soul within, having a connection with that. And with that, I actually learned that, God created us in his image, which means I am a form of that godly empowerment of manifestation of my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? He thought and we was a manifestation of that thought. So I have the same ability as God to do that. I mean, we all have. We manifested our lives, whether it's good or bad. And a lot of times we manifest our lives in a negative way. We speak over our lives all the time. And this is why when it comes to like judgment, we have to judge ourselves, our decisions, our results, our actions, more than we judge other people, experiences and environments. We have to look at ourselves first. Judgment is not for other people. It's to have good judgment of yourself and where you're placing yourself and where you're going and what you're doing and what you're involving yourself with. So I don't know. If a religious person, I just be like, open up your heart and open up your mind to different information, because it's a whole bunch of information out here that we do not let our mind retain and then actually take action on the information too.
Khalees, I see you try to jump in there. Go ahead, Queen.
Yes, so I know power lies in the power and death lies in the power of the tongue, right? And I agree with you on speaking things, but I don't know if it's wise to be fiddling around in different avenues that's in this day and age, because I'm old school. Like, my grandmother raised me in church, and so I hold strong to how I was raised, and I don't jump on bandwagons with stuff. But I am a strong believer in speaking and being surrounded by positivity and watching what comes out of my mouth. So when you were going through the transition and trying to reprogram your thought process in your mind and recondition it, did you have to sever some relationships?
I mean, naturally, I feel like naturally I did go into isolation. And I guess when I came out of that isolation, the relationships that wasn't for me, they was no longer there. And it wasn't really any hard issues or conversations. It's like they just wasn't there. And the people that was, some people understood it. And people that loved me, that really just like, I'm there for you. I love your growth. I can see what you did then. I didn't know what you was doing and what it was about or where it was going. But today, just me being here on this platform impacts my community, impacts the people that is around me, because they just like, Tiffany, you're really doing this. I seen you speak this even when I didn't know what it was going to formate into. So I'm thankful my whole experience. I'm thankful that I was raised in church and I did get that experience and see those different things, because I did build my own personal relationship with God, which made me able to even sit in meditation with my thoughts and with God and just pay attention to, like, what I see when my eyes close. You go into that dark space. I mean, people close their eyes and it's dark, but sometimes we have to really start visualizing light with our eyes closed. So the insight that we have without using our eyes is what I really just want to pour into people, because it's so important to start visualizing or like using our mind's eye. Anything is possible. And it's not like we have to jump on bandwagons or jump ship. It's just exploring all opportunities and options. And if it's for you, it is. And if it's not, it's not. But you will never really know until you get that experience and just feel the environment with an open mind, open heart, because your spirit will tell you what's for you. You don't even have to rely on nothing. We have intuitive ability. So as soon as we ask ourselves questions, we answer. I say, I'm hungry. My spirit gonna say, okay, so eat a salad. I'm gonna say, I don't want to eat that. Now I'm debating my spirit.
Now I'm gonna manifest something, okay, Tiffany? Because I told my youth team yesterday on our Sunday show, I'm starting a new culture, okay? I'm gonna start a new culture. It's not gonna be called African American Black. I'm gonna just start something new, and I'm gonna create all the rules. And me and Devin working on this, okay? We're gonna start our own thing. No more African American, no more Black. We're gonna just start our own thing. We'll start our own everything. We create everything here at Both Sides of the Conversation. So I'm glad to hear you because I feel inspired now. People call me, I say about John, you nuts. And I said, I'm starting something new. I don't want to be African American. I'm starting something new. I'm going a new journey. All right. Maybe it is a spiritual journey. I'm going to another place outside of where we know. I'm not even gonna call it a earth. I'm just going somewhere else. Come with me, people. Come with me. We're going somewhere.
Yes.
But no, definitely, it's very powerful when you're talking about your mentorship. I know we're getting close here, but I want to make sure people know how to connect with you. Are you here locally in the Bay Area? Also, like, are you doing these classes? Are your mentorship online? Are you doing hybrid models? What type of sessions are you doing? Are you just working with folks who are transitioning back into the community, people that's going through stuff? Like, how are you connecting with people, and how can people reach out and connect with you?
Yes, so I am available on social media. I share as many tips and resources as I can, free, you know what I'm saying, through my content. So definitely follow me on Instagram. Definitely follow me on Facebook. The events I stay posting about, stay making sure I contact and connect with all the leaders. We have guest speakers at this event. And we're just going to give people an experience where they can feel like, people like the party vibe and stuff. So I just want to give people a space where they can learn and also feel, at home with that whole experience and environment. So we're going to bring it into a learning environment, but still have the turn up, still going to have it lit. So
we need to bring our yoga mats, the hot mesh, the steam room, everything.
Not to this one, but we got more coming in. We got sound bowls, all that by the water, by the beach. Listen, just to get frequency through your body, through your bones.
Man, very powerful stuff. Community, her IG and Facebook is running through the screen up there. Follow her, reach out. We hear Both Sides of Conversations, all about uplifting, support each other. Go support our people. Check out what's going on. Like she said, keep an open mind. Don't be judgmental. Just go listen. Check something. Might be something there for you. But before we let you go, Tiffany, because I know you got the babies. I hear them in the background. It's always powerful to have our people in here. I love this because, you get the real of our people. The kids running around, stuff happening, lasting. It's always great. Authentic. But before we go, I want to give you opportunity to give out any shout outs, any other businesses that you're doing. Utilize this time to uplift your stuff so that we can make sure that we follow it, so we can get our brother Truckee up here next. But go ahead, Queen.
Yes. Okay. I want to give a shout out to my family first and foremost. Like, they are my foundation to even reconstructing my mindset. They are the ones who I am a first example to. My partner, he making sure the kids are straight while I get this done. Okay. And it's a whole bunch of everybody that's just watching. I'm just grateful that you're tuning in and retaining the information and, taking this information back into your community, into your home, and just sharing it with other people and just staying involved and connected. Make sure y'all get tickets to Blueprint to Your Success Vision Board Party. It is on Eventbrite. Okay. I probably can paste the link in the chat. And
yes.
I want to see y'all there April 1st.
Is that a co-ed event? Because I gotta be careful to ask, because sometimes people come on here and then dudes be like, John, I tried to go and they kicked me out. Is this a co-ed event, or is this a woman only, a woman power circle? Okay, I need to know. I gotta ask for the brothers out there. I'm tired of sending people to events.
That was a good question, John. That was a good question.
I sent some brothers to an event. They said, John, they kicked me out and said this was a woman event. Is this a co-ed?
Maybe you put your lace front on that day and you can wear that and you'll be all right.
We need a space for our men. This is definitely the space for it. Come. I just want people to come, be authentic, be open-minded, be, open with your heart. Make sure that who you are vibrates high, be comfortable. Listen, we're going to feed you. We're going to pour into you, and you're going to leave feeling real good, feeling impacted, and feeling like whatever you desire is going to happen.
Yes, Lord.
And y'all see my co-host always giving me the smoke. Tony just always.
It's all love.
It's all
Tiffany,
love. We gonna
I
get you
love
back.
you. Thank you for coming on this platform. I
Like
had
so much.
you was not hidden any longer. I had the pleasure of meeting this woman, and I am in love with her since then. I love the work that you do, and keep doing what you're doing. And she holding it down in Richmond, you guys.
We in
So-
Richmond.
You didn't even see. You didn't even say you was a Richmond. Shout
I
out to all my
got her. I got her.
The event is in Richmond, downtown Richmond. It's a space called CoBiz, and they innovative. I mean, all tech offices. It's $10 a day just to go in there and sit down. If you need meetings, whatever, they have free Wi-Fi, open 24 hours. Amazing space.
Man, shout out to all my people in the big rich, the north, the south. Y'all know both sides of the conversation. You know what I mean? Shout out to my people in Richmond. I know they be watching us. We got some love in Richmond. And thank you, Tony. And this is why I say good circle, good friend. See, friends uplift each other. Thank Tony for recommending you to come on. And check this out. We're going to get to your event. Make sure I'm going to have my team reach out to you. Maybe we'll get some tickets for a couple of fellas and a couple of ladies in the community. Bless them. And that's what we do. We don't just allow people to come here. We don't do no. We about our word. If we say
Don't worry, Tiffany. I'm sending the link right now.
Yeah, send it to me. I know
students that's getting ready to graduate, they need to be at this event. They need to be at
this. Definitely.
All right.
We're going to take care of you. We got you. Okay. I'm a man of my word. You'll see us out there. I said some people on both sides of the conversation has on. Make sure that they know we was there and say, yeah, big BSOTC is in the building. All right. Well, thank you, Queen. We got to get out of here because we got a lot of people. So thank you very much. Tiffany, Tony will send it to me and we'll make sure we get some tickets. We'll sponsor a few folks to uplift you because that's what we do. We support each other here at both sides of the conversation. And this segment is all about uplifting Black folks, you know, in our community, uplifting our brown folks, making sure that we circulate our dollars with our people. We love all the people. Don't get me wrong. I always tell people we love everybody, but we always uplift our Black folks here on this platform. So everybody's welcome. But we always highlight our Black folks for sure and make sure that their business are supported. Let's continue. Even though this is the last day of Black History Month.
Right.
Let's make Black Friday every Friday for our small Black businesses. Ooh. Go out there and support Tiffany event. And we'll do our part here at both sides of the conversation to uplift and support you. Thank you for being here, Tony. Thank you for sending another amazing hidden gem. You are no longer hidden, Tiffany. They will be like, girl, we saw you on both
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Queen.
All right, have a blessed evening.
Have a good night.
All right, we got to bring up a king. We got to balance this out. My guy, we're going to bring my brother, Truckee. Truckee, hold on, brother, because you've been here before. My team tried to tell me you ain't been. I said, hold on. I know Big Truckee. I know he's been on both sides of the conversation.
He is a big celebrity around the Bay Area.
Hey, but I got it. But before I let you start, Truckee, I got to give you a hard time. Because you were supposed to give me a both sides of the conversation bike bill.
I was supposed to give you what?
You're supposed to hook me up so I can give me a both sides of the conversation bike bill. We talked about this last time. Yeah.
Hey, John, I put bikes out all day long. All you got to do is follow through.
I'm connecting this time. We gonna connect. I need me a big BSOTC bike. Okay, Truckee, I missed your last event. I remember Counselor hooked us up and I couldn't make it to your event. I forgot. But I need a big BSOTC bike so I can ride with the fellas on the next rollout.
That's easy. That's easy. How y'all doing tonight?
Man, good, brother. Go and tell the people who you are. This is
my name is
hidden gem. Come back and tell the people who you are, brother.
Man, my name is Demoria Evans. My mom gave me the nickname Truckee. I ran it through the street, but then I also found a way to be able to use it in ministry. I find it to be the most attractive thing about me when I go into a room to break the ice, dealing with folk. Again, I'm ex-street, small business owner for 26 years. I've owned a barbershop in West Oakland. My mother passed away from cancer. I went to go and visit the church, the pastor who helped me. I've been there for 17 years. I'm now the assistant pastor at the church. And then when the pandemic fell into place, man, there was some things I just wanted to make sure my people in my neighborhood had some things in place to be able to help them. And we started passing out food and supplies. The first day we did it, I raised about $800 for my friends and my customers in my shop. We had about 40, 50 bags of groceries. And then from there, man, we did a live. I ended up with like $11,000 within one day, and we just started feeding the pretty much throughout the city, right? Like as people was calling, it went from just my West Oakland area to just wherever, and probably now like 35,000 meals in with no money. Just been out here hustling, just transferred that hustle into something else and used it a different way. And now I closed my barbershop down. I'm in the process of renovating and turning it into an art space for youth to be able to come in and learn some classes, to be able to teach them about creativity, right? Because there is something God gave us and gave each and every last person in reference to being creative. And I believe there is so much lost behind people when they say art, right? Like people look at art and then automatically go into the person who worked with a pencil or a pen or an airbrush or sculpture, right? And the truth of the matter is art is just how you approach something, like how both sides of the conversation even became that it was an art to it. There was something that was birthed, and whoever decided to sit down at the table and put it together, and it was how you saw it. And because of how you saw it, now it's having the impact that it's having in this city. And I want to be able to introduce kids to that, right? I want to be able to give kids their voice back. I want kids to be able to have a safe space to be able to think without their parents telling them, no, you're going to be this and you're going to be that. So I'm trying to help the kids within the household, but then I'm also trying to stop this recycling of our kids, right? Because what's big in the Bay Area, reentry is huge, right? You see reentry programs everywhere, and salute to those who are really doing the work for the brothers that's coming out of these jails and prisons, right? And helping them to be able to get back on their feet. But we can't keep allowing the system to recycle us like that. We don't have to have something wrong with us in order for us to get the help. So my thing is not reentry, it is to reroute. So my focus is young boys, right? Like I have a team of young boys, probably about like 12. I just got 2 new ones yesterday. Mothers hit me in the inbox and was like, do you think you can do something with them? So it's kind of hard to say no, right? Like, and I'm at my capacity, but I'm learning just how important it is and where these kids really be thinking and how they be feeling. Some of the stuff that they be dealing with, I'm just trying to give them the space that they can be able to learn to be comfortable, be able to speak free. So when they go out into the world socially, they're able to function a whole lot better.
Man, very powerful stuff, Truckee. And I mean, this time for real, we gotta connect because we talked about this with mentorship. And one, I just want to say, salute to you, because you always kept that balance of spirituality, working with the young people. Y'all bike ride outs are very powerful. And before people were doing it on the level that they're doing it now, you were one of those first innovators. I know folks in Richmond that's doing it, in Vallejo, Fairfield. I see young kids now riding in just masses. And I remember your first rollouts and when you was doing stuff on Instagram was amazing. And it's turned into a phenomenon. I mean, really, if you just look around what's going on, it's so many of them. And that's a testament to you putting in that work, working with the young folks. And I remember you talked about how you used to get the bikes and have work on them and help them and teach the young people how to fix on their bikes and things. That's big because we're losing that with our young brothers. We're not teaching them how to change flat tires. And, I wanted to talk to you about that because, I am looking at how can we really develop our young brothers in the community. It is sad when I talk to mothers like my son is 18, 20 years old. He don't know how to change a tire. He don't know how to do certain things that they should know. And I want to bring some of that to our community, and brothers like you that are doing that work, working with our young people is very important. And this is what I talk about all the time when I'm advocating in these meetings about mentorship and how important mentorship is. And like you said, whether you call it reentry, rerouting, when people get an opportunity to come back in our community who made mistakes, how do we make sure that programming stuff is available 24/7 that they can get right into and have access? And you might be that pathway for that. And that's why it's important for these organizations to work with folks who are in our community that can bring that type of level of programming to help and have a huge impact on our young people, especially in that age, 12 to 24 age. I always say, like, precious minds, you know what I mean? And a lot of it is what you're doing, consistency, being there, and being willing to feed them with that information is very powerful. And just glad to see you back here and still doing the work you're doing. And again, community folks, we got to connect and help support each other. And I definitely want to do my part here because I just see so much potential with our young people in San Francisco, Oakland, around the Bay Area. And, you know, when it comes to Black males and leaders of our community, I'm so tired of the male silos and the stuff that we do as males in our community. And it's like, how do we really work together as men in the community and to bring our young brothers together? And how do we work across these city lines so that our kids get a pass? I've been talking to a couple of brothers in Oakland as well as some folks in Richmond. Is like, how do we really just start getting our young people to, at a younger age, to engage so that they do have connections and safe pay? Because a lot of this stuff that's going on in our streets is because we don't know each other. And as Black men, we don't know how to, you know what I'm saying? Our social mindset is when we see somebody like, who is you? Why you looking at me? And where you from? And we got to really change that. And it starts with bringing our communities together so that people in Frisco can know people in Oakland. Oakland can know Richmond, so that when these brothers is going to different places, it's not like, where you from? It's like, hey, I remember you. And I think we could do it. It takes some work and we got to be intentional. But definitely want to talk to you more about like how we really can have a tremendous impact with our young brothers, because the amount of shootings and the things that's going on. And sometimes when you get the insight and you understand like some of the difficulties and what's going on, it's like, man, this could have been avoided with just some people, some leaders really having a conversation and bringing these young folks together.
Well, first thing I would like to say is like this here, right? This has probably become, and iPads and computers has probably become like the worst thing ever, because there is those devices is what's raising our kids now, right? Parents is just trying to hold down rules. Like, you know, when y'all was just talking about religion, like to be religion and religious, those are rules, right? Spirituality is how you function, how you apply these principles. Like, and I didn't really want to get into a whole bunch about Bible, but if you was to practice what it say, not quote what it say, not throw at people what it say, right? Like I'm a believer, but I don't make reference to myself by way of the word Christian, because as a preacher, when you start studying words, you get to really find out what word mean. And that word is just like using the N word when you really understand why they gave it to us. But when Jesus made reference to us, he said disciples. And those are people who live out what it is. Everything he asked anybody to do, it was a matter of some kind of action, right? And my thing is, John, is to put something else in their hands. That's what we lost. Think about it, bro. When we were coming up, man, in school, you had wood, you had carpentry, you had the mechanic classes, you had JROTC, where there was always something for you to do with your hands. When we were young, we went outside and rode bikes. You know, like that's really where me and my friends got this whole bike thing from. Like having the kids to do something different than what a lot of parents is doing. As a barber, I watch devices raise kids. Parents come sit in my space and give the kid the phone or the iPad until it's their turn, and then when it's dead, then they just switch and give them their cell phone. Like there's really no interactions, right? And then when you get in the house, man, is the house is a little jacked up. You have a lot of people who's trying to parent the best way they can, and no knock on parents, right? Like some of that is just not working, right? And then the kids is leaving out frustrated. If I could share some of the things I have to sit and listen to kids say to me about their house, man, I wish I had a house to where I can move some of these kids with me, and I let the parents know, like, I'm not your recorder. I'm not coming back to tell you what they said, because 9 times out of 10, the space I'm going to give them, you're not going to like what they're going to have to say, right? And unless they're doing something to hurt themselves, but trying to create that space, man, because our kids, I just taught an art class, and so many of the kids is just sitting in the rooms just by themselves, not wanting to do anything because they're just stressed out from home. They're stressed out from home. And I had a kid, bro, who's never painted ever. He's never painted. And one day some of his homegirls came in the room. He was real active, but then one day he was sitting there by himself. They didn't come, and he was by himself, and he was just off in the corner. And I asked him to come up and help paint the shoes. I had a custom shoe paint class. He's never painted in his life, and he painted the shoes as if I painted them. Right? So he come back the following day because he want to finish painting the shoes. And there was, beyond painting the shoes, there was something that was happening mentally, emotionally, and he was tapping into something in himself he had never done, right? And he was starting to like it. I sold the shoes. Boom, I gave him the money from the shoes or whatever. I'm like, man, you have something that you can do for recreation, but it can also become entrepreneurship. So just in that moment, I introduced this kid, to something. We didn't know how it was going to go. He started to like it, right? And now I'm about to sit down and teach him, all the little tricks or whatever. And it's just a matter of exposure. Man, we have to put ourselves in a place to introduce our kids to different things outside of singing, being pretty, and being athletes. And with that, we're going to have to be okay with sitting our kids down and understanding that they can't read too good. They can't count too good. We have to put those kind of things in place, right? So when we introduce them to this safe space, we have to be prepared to deal with all of what's going to come with that, right? And then after we introduce them and build a relationship, man, then we got to do some inspiring, right? There has to be a whole lot of nurturing that has to take place for our kids to get them going before we can ignite that fire.
Man, Truckee said again, I keep telling these elders in the community, we have to connect with our youth before we correct our youth. They don't get it. They just want to go in there and say they got their pants down. They doing this. And it's like, you got to connect with the youth. You got to understand the mindset. When we talk about domestic violence, I've worked with these kids who locked up, same thing, Truckee. You hear these kids talking about these type of issues. My stepdad beating on my mom. All of these, wonder why these kids out here doing all of this stuff.
With all of that.
They frustrated, man. It's a lot. So I appreciate that, but I don't want to hog the mic for they yell at me. But Pretty Tony, jump in.
What's up, Chucky?
Hey, how you doing, lady?
Well, I ain't seen you in a minute. I always see you at funerals, unfortunately. So I'm happy that we on this platform. It was one thing that you said. First of all, it's amazing what you're doing. But it was one thing when you were talking that really stuck out to me. You said that we don't sit with our children anymore. And when you said that, it made me even think of myself as a parent, because I know I'm a dang gone good mother. You know what I mean? But I was also listening to you talk about the electronics and things like that. And I am definitely a product of giving my child go get on the iPad so I can do what I need to do, or, whatever. Like you working my nerves, and I have definitely tried to alter that. But the one thing that you said about sitting down with, how you were painting, as you was talking, I was just visualizing the picture of you coming into the room and the kids is just sitting there and they not even touching trying to be creative. But then you said something about sitting with the kid, because we don't do that anymore. We don't sit and we've talked about this before, John, sitting at the table and having dinner together, sitting at the table and having a conversation about how your day was, sitting at the table, just fellowshipping with each other without any distraction of the TV or the electronics and things like that. And I truly believe that's a big portion of our community, what's wrong with it, because, we used to sit at the table. Yeah. You sat at the table at a certain time. You ate what was on the table. You didn't get up until that food was gone, unless your brother or your sister stole it from you because they was even more hungrier. You know what I mean? So the dynamic is so different, so differently now, that I'm so thankful that you're doing this for our community. Like, this is well needed. And then
appreciate it.
The other thing, when you were talking about the mirror, I love how you said, no, I don't have to go call a artist or somebody. I'm gonna let these kids, I'm gonna let community come in, because that mirror is gonna be something that's gonna be there for the rest of our lives.
Yes.
And they can bring their kids back there and be like, I painted that heart, or I did that son.
Yes.
I appreciate you doing that for us.
That's the whole reason for doing it. It's more affirming than anything to allow them kids to come back and touch. I don't care how it turned out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they can come back and say, I did this. I helped paint this. And, you know, I don't have any children. So this is where I get a lot of slack from a lot of parents, right? But I've been a barber for 27 years. So I watch, and I watch kids a lot. I never knew that kids was going to be the lane I was going to come down, right? But I watched. And where I seen parents, where it's hard for parents, and you guys can all relate to this. We really didn't see anything when we were growing up until we went somewhere. Like if you went and hung out with your friends at the mall, or you went to the movies.
Well, that's
with
because
your friends.
when you heard grown folks talking, you left the room.
You left the room, or
When
you had
you-
to go to bed. Go
Or you
get
had
in the bath.
you
know
knew
what
what
I'm
go to
saying?
bed was. You knew what go to your room was. You knew when that tone changed that it was time for you to remove yourself from the premises. But now kids see so much things, and not even just in the household. It's the TV, what goes on outside of the house, and things like that too. So it's a more. I will be on the parent side because I am a parent and I am a single parent, that it is hard as hell to watch everything that's going on.
So
And
watch this.
And if you have multiple kids and the two kids are different, and one of them is very obedient and the other one is a Tasmanian devil, like it's a struggle out here for parents.
Now watch this. Watch this. It is, right? But John said something when the show first started about checking our emotions. He made mention of the men, but mothers have to check their fathers too. But more so, mothers need to check their emotions when they come to their kids, because a lot of mothers parent from a place of, I don't want my kids to experience what I experienced.
True.
So it's more power than influence. And what you missing is the information that you need to be able to help them with what it is that they see every day. So the parent nowadays have to move to a place to where you be okay. You got to learn to be okay with hearing all of what it is the kid want to bring you, right? When you got to be frustrated, you got to take that away. You got to call one of your girlfriends, but you can't allow the kid to see it, because when the kids see it, the kid gonna do exactly what we did. We taught ourselves how to share with our parents what we wanted them to know and how to keep away what we didn't want them to see. Now, the only difference with the times is it's more dangerous now. Like, that's what I'm trying to. I have a 12-year-old godson. He's like my son now. His father passed. I didn't stepped in and just took on that role. And I'm trying to let him know your age is dangerous, right? Like, you know, he wandered off one day, and instead of like getting him home and putting him on punishment and giving him a spanking and all that, no, I just took him to the stroll and just let him see, like, some of these vans is looking to pick up people and people never coming back because of human trafficking, right? And I said, you're a pretty little boy. You got this pretty hair. You got all this pretty eyebrows and these long eyelashes. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, to some creepy person, you're a beautiful little boy. And there's some people out here who like little boys like you. And to this day, I don't have an issue with him. When he's not with me, he like, hey, here go my location. Here's this. What is that right there? Is that a sign? And instead of, man, I'm gonna get no, because they have to go out. They have to live, right? Only difference is stuff is just so fast now. They can get it this quick. We had to go somewhere and see it, but they can get it real fast from whatever it is they want to see, from YouTube, social media, whatever, text messages, text groups. They get it all, right? And we have to be willing to listen and not get upset.
John
right?
says that all the time.
And figure out how we articulate what we need to get across to them without using so much power, because the world is raising them. If you have a kid from first grade to 12th grade, the world is raising them. They're out of your house by 7:45. They back home about 5 o'clock. They're going to eat, do homework, in the bed by 8, 9, back out into the world. You only really have about 4 or 5 hours with them. So the parent has to make the best of that time, and it's got to be influenced, because when we don't listen in the house, I promise you, somebody outside listening.
Man,
that's what they gravitate to.
Man, go ahead, colleagues. I know you got burning questions. He been hitting it all over, but we got 2 other hidden gems. But go ahead.
I'm sorry,
Real
man.
quick.
I'm sorry. I don't hope I ain't taking
Truckee,
up too
you
much time.
are a blessing, King. I commend you for what you're doing. And one part that just burned deep in my soul was the cell phones. So I have 2 sons that they're older now. I used to fix them. I take them camping. I'm talking about tent camping. Cell phones didn't work out there, and they were forced to hang out with me. You know what I mean? So I was able to talk to them. And so, have you ever considered rolling out to go camping?
Now, I'm working with some guys right now to put in place a camping trip and a fishing trip, right? I'm really not that kind of guy. But for these kids, I'm ready to roll, to expose them to something different, to allow us to be able to have these moments, because they need to learn how to become social. When I take kids to dinner a lot, right? When I sit them down, they sit at a separate table. I sit at my own table. I give them ground rules, right? Like, here's what we're not going to do. We're going to work our inside voice. Y'all know how to talk to people. You know, you're going to be respectful. And if you don't, you're going to get a warning. But the next time, you know, you're going to have to miss the next 3 hangouts. That's just how I move. You become accountable for your own actions. And I'm trying to teach them how to handle themselves. So being able to go out and have them moments, man, we're working on that right now. As soon as this rain stops, you know what I'm saying, we get a little heat, we're going to find us a river and some poles, and we want to hang out.
Now you just said the wrong thing, Truckee. You're not a fisherman. This is the time you go fishing, right? When it's raining, they're spotted right now.
I told you I ain't never fished. Hey, John, all I'm going to order is some prawns and sole with no fries. That's me. I'm going to the fish market. I ain't going to the fishing hole.
That's why we got to connect. You know, I come from a family of fishermen. All my uncles, we fish bass.
And I think that'll be great.
Yeah, we need to connect, man. I've been trying to get my brother. He got a big old bass boat. I said, let's take 6-7 kids out here and let's.
It's really such a stress reliever. I grew up in Oklahoma, so we always fished every Saturday. And it's a really, really good stress reliever. So I hope that gets in place for our community.
Man,
Tony, do you know how to fly fish, Tony?
First of all, don't get at me on the air like this, okay? Because I know what to do. Okay, now don't worry about me and John. We'll take care of that later.
Tony be out there fly fishing with the gorillas, okay? The grizzlies be out there.
I know how to clean the fish and everything. Don't get me started.
Well, Truckee, you do sound like one of our youth Sunday conversation panelists. So I do hope that you come back and see us.
Oh man, whenever y'all need me, y'all need me. You know, if I know ahead of time, I will be more than happy to bring kids to your events, right? Like, I love to expose the kids to different stuff. There was a summer program, I believe they were Samoan or Tongan. I don't want to get them wrong, but it was a poly program over in San Francisco at one of the high schools. They had a big performance downtown somewhere, very nice theater. And someone asked me to go over and cut some of the kids' hair, right? Because they had a performance. So we went over, we cut like 40 kids' hair at a school. I don't know, Sunnydale somewhere.
Yeah, I think it was Balboa. Yeah, Balboa High School. So
we but then they asked me to come to the show. So I loaded up my kids. I had my wrap on and everything else and slit, because I wanted them to see something different. I'm in there with about 5 or 6 little black kids who ain't never experienced this, going crazy to the performance, right? Because they just haven't been exposed.
Man,
we don't know what they like.
Babies to our bowling event, Truckee. I'm sorry.
Man, I saw it late.
We get our newsletter out there. We making sure all of our guests get access to our newsletter. We had an amazing event, but we got 2 more hidden gems. But Truckee, before you go, give some shout outs, man. I know there's a lot of people that ride with you. I seen in the comments somebody's asking how can they donate. Please make sure you tell folks how can they donate and help support. Because we want to make sure that you get uplifted and make sure you got all the financial support you need, because you are working with our young folks, and it's always important.
The easiest way to get a hold of me is if you go to the Rollout Crew Instagram page or the Mama Jeans Create Hub _pantry page. It's the easiest way to get a hold of me. I monitor those like really closely. First and foremost, let me just thank both sides of the conversation for having me. I don't take none of this lightly, right? Because of what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring about the difference we want to see. We're trying to help be a part of the change, and have the impact we desire to see in our communities, right? So thank y'all first and foremost. But then I just want to say thank you to all of my bike family, Traffic Boys, the NorCal Pedal Gang, and some brothers, my brown brothers from San Francisco, Adamika Village, who helped me out a whole lot with a lot of things that we're doing down there in West Oakland. My pastor, man, Bishop Clark, I wouldn't be what I am right now if my pastor didn't say yes to the assignment and helping to raise me up. Because when he got me, I was a grown boy. I was 28, a 28-year-old boy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning how to be this man. But then just to all of the parents, I'm most definitely praying for you all at this time. It's a very tough time. It's a very sensitive time, and we're watching our kids, kind of go in a whole bunch of different directions. And all I would say is don't be afraid to ask for the help for you with your kids. Don't be quiet and allow you to suffer and allow your kid to go down a path in the wrong path. Ask for the help. There's a lot of people that's out here that's willing to be in place to make sure that you and your kids can be healthier and help to try to create a healthier household. And thank y'all for having me.
We appreciate you, King, and just blessed to be in space with you again. And I'm definitely gonna make sure that my executive assistant reach out. We got to put something together. I know last time in community support the bishop. I need a bike, okay? I got to get Truckee to make me a BSOTC bike, okay?
John,
anybody out there that can make a custom bike, I need one, okay? John, I want to come roll out with the brother.
We have a custom bike company now, right? Like Fresh Start Customs is our bike company. But look at how I was blessed, and I'm out of here. Guy, I took off 2022 because it was just so messy, right? Like the bike scene was really messy. You a pastor, you ain't no outlaw, right? And I'm like, yeah, I want to come and create this family space. But I heard him tell me 2023 gonna be huge. And within this past 30 days, brother, with no money, I have $40,000 worth of bikes in my possession, to where it cost me $15,000 to get the bikes, and I probably spent $500 on my own. I'm just looking at how God is most definitely working through my org and allowing this truck to do what a truck do. It just moves stuff from space to space. That's all I'm doing, Doc.
Hey, Truckee, please give your information to my team. I want a custom both sides of the conversation bike made. I'm gonna take care of it. Just call me. I'm telling you, I'm gonna call him and put my deposit down. I want a custom both sides of the conversation. I want the big one. I want to ride around like Devo, like this with all of them. I'm serious.
Oh, Lord.
I'm gonna call you up.
All right, I appreciate y'all.
I promise you, brother, I'm not messing around. I'm gonna have my team reach out. I'm getting a bike, okay? I want a custom. I want both sides of the conversation all on the frame. I'm calling you. I want it. I'm gonna give you the deposit. I want to get started. So the next road, I can be there, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Truckee, for coming
y'all. I see y'all for sure.
Yes. All right, thank you. There you go, community. When you talk about changing the narrative, okay? When y'all talk about where's the black man at? Here's some powerful brothers out here that's making stuff happen. We got 2 more hidden gems. Community, hold on. We're gonna get y'all out of here. I know y'all want to go to sleep. I know y'all tired of hearing it from the bishop. But we got Kamisha Johnson here, this queen right here. I got to bring her up. She's a powerful queen. She's doing a lot of stuff in our community. She supports us. She was at my bowling event. I was moving around. I said, there she go. The queen is here. And I know she had a great event. It was rained out and I couldn't get up there and really help. But you always doing stuff for our people in the community. So we are happy to honor you in here. I know your new book is out. I bought your last book, okay? Now you got to come on and tell the truth because people be saying we don't be supporting the businesses.
No, you did. He came the next day. Yes, he did. He came the next day. And yes, he is a man of his word. Now I will say that. Yes, he did. You did. I give you that. Yes, sir. You did. You talk noise, but you did come.
Well, go ahead, Queen, and reintroduce yourself. I know some people saw your previous one, and you said you're a woman of your word. You said, when I drop my book, I'm coming back on there. And I know your new book is coming out.
Mhm.
So go ahead and talk to the people. And I'm coming to buy the book, okay? Because I know I'll be the first one over there to support you, okay?
Mhm. Tony beat you this time. Yeah, Tony has it this time. She beat you this time. You beat her last time, but she beat you this time. My name is Keshia Johnson. I am a two-time published author. What y'all say? Two-time? Yes, this is my first book that I published called When She Became His. He was her first love and she was his last. This story is about a true love story between my partner and I, named Maurice E. Austin, who was from the Bayview, grew up from here. He wasn't born here, but he grew up in Hunters Point from the Bayview, and just talks about our journey um, from teenagers to young adults to grown people. And he passed August 1st of 2020. And he just talked about, that journey um, after he passed and what do I do? I'm originally from Houston, Texas. I had moved to the Bayview to care for him and to make sure that he was good because he was a good man and he deserved that. And so, and now he was gone. So now what do I do? And just how God just stepped in. I mean, y'all have had some powerful people on today. I don't know where to begin, how to. I was like, oh, wait. I mean, this has been powerful. Like for real. Like I was like, oh my God, I just want to go to the chat and just be commenting. I don't want to talk about being a guest, but so many things that people have been talking about, and I guess I can kind of connect with book 2. This one is called Wisdom Should Be the Principal Thing, Grown Woman Status. And as we have t-shirts, it's a whole revolution about grown woman status. And for me, this one was clear and talking about women, talking about me. I can't talk about men because I'm not a man. I can only talk about women. I can only talk about what I know and what I've experienced. And being a, like Trekkie was talking about, I've been an early childhood educator for 34 years in the classroom. I've been here in California and in Texas. And you see a lot. And it's not just in the African American and Black community. It is across the board, and things have definitely changed. Everything has changed, and of course, with that change, parenting, the way we communicate, those things have to change too. Traditions are good, things that with the old is good, but we have to make it adaptive to what is going on now. We have just come through a whole global pandemic. I've had 3 conversations in the last couple of weeks with parents, some who I've taught, and friends who now the thing is they're given our children, Black and brown children, these IEPs and these labels of, dyslexia and slight autism because they don't have behaviors now. So it used to be when children were acting out, they would give them these IEPs and these labels because of the behavior. But now they don't have the behavior. They've just come out of a global pandemic. And so, of course, there are going to be some gaps and some delays and some, things that they're going to need to be supported with. But now they've come to do this whole IEP thing. And that's not it. That's not the answer. So, but it starts with us. I'm taking ownership. It starts with us as women. We have got to take our power back. We have got to realize just how powerful and how much, the old saying, the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. That's true. That's true. We our power is in that, even if we don't have birth kids. So I can go a whole lot into that, but not only with this particular book talking to women, but also it's not just about buying my books or jumping on the grown woman status. It's also about you finding that inner voice in yourself. I've started a writer's workshop where I have 4 women who we come together, 3 in person and 1 by teleconference, and we've been talking about building your confidence in how to tell your story, because it's important. You think about all of those writers from old, or who told their history in their time, And there's going to come a time when people are going to know what happened, in that global pandemic. How did you feel? What was going on? What was your interpretation of why? And that's important. That is history. And it's important that we make sure to send that for the next generation and those that come after them.
Wow, very powerful stuff. I'm glad you're having the grown woman talk. I'm gonna let the women talk first since y'all are women, but we need more of these conversations about these grown women, because I'm gonna tell you right now, we need some
grown woman status, boo. It ain't for the weak. I'm just gonna tell you, it ain't for the weak.
You go to ladies,
I think
some of these ladies out here, they need some help. Okay, they need some guidance from you.
Like I said, I can't blame them because I'm not a man. It goes both ways. But as a grown woman, like come on now.
First of all, don't listen to John Henry. It's Tuesday. He think it's Sunday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He always want to bring chaos into when the women come.
Of course, he gonna always be an advocate, right?
But I think it's amazing what you did with your hurt and your pain. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm gonna say. You ascended. You already know what I'm gonna say, because that's what you did.
Right.
And not only did you ascend for yourself, but you ascended for your family and for your community too. Mm-hmm. And then you're extending the grace to help other writers to become. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Yeah. That's a gem. That's ascending. You know what I mean? That's community work. That's love. That's dedication. Mm-hmm. And so keep doing what you're doing. You are definitely an advocate, a pillar in this community. Mm-hmm. I feel like when I heard your story, and especially with it being so fresh, and you're still able to ascend, you're still able to be you and go out and do community work and be creative and things like that. That's amazing. Some people take 2-3 years before they get through the grieving process, and then they start it's that whole thing of like just starting, just doing it, or just being. And you made a choice to do that, and because of that we need that in our community. We need people like that to say, yes, you're gonna get your feelings hurt, you're gonna be sad, you're gonna do this,
and I'm not done. Life ain't done knocking me around like that. That's not, I don't get a pass now, because I've had that tragedy happen to me. That doesn't mean that I may have some other tragedies, but I'm gonna tell y'all this. A thought came to me yesterday. It's just fresh on my mind, and I was in the kitchen at the hub. I'm the Bayview Community Hub coordinator, and I hadn't turned on the light. I was washing out my little mug and getting ready to pack up to go, and the doorstop was away from the door, so the door started to close, and I instinctively started to turn around to run to stop the door from closing. And I stopped myself and I was like, why would I do that? And it's like, oh, because it's going to be dark in here because there's no windows in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. And so I said, but I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm no longer afraid of the dark because I found my light within. So there is no dark. There is nothing that I'm afraid of anymore. I have faced those fears. So what can, the Bible talk about, what can man do to me? There is nothing you can do to me. My heart has already been broken and God pieced it back together. So what else, what else can, what devil, what? No, I'm coming for you. Yeah.
Can we talk about that workshop again?
Yes.
If people want the opportunity to be involved, is there a certain amount of number of people that you take in? Is it virtual? Does it cost?
It does. It's very reasonable. At each class, we've done 6 weeks. We have 6 weeks. We've done 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I'm sorry. So we have 2 weeks left. And so it's $20 a class, which it's very reasonable, very reasonable. I have it at the hub on Thursday afternoons.
And is that in San Francisco?
Yes, here in San Francisco. Yes, right on 3rd Street, 4900 3rd Street, corner of 2, right at the hub. And we really have been talking about self-awareness and confidence and authentic, being authentic and genuine in who you are. Because once I'm gonna tell you, when you bare your soul like that, you better make sure people gonna come for you. They coming for you. So you better make sure you confident in what you're saying. It's authentic, it's the truth, and it's genuine. Because once it's that, you can stand on anything.
That's great advice.
See how pretty Tony keep coming for me on my show.
Love you, John. Everybody, I love you. I can't
Let me coming for the bishop, okay? But I'm still gonna hold it down 10 times on the ground. And my queens, they know I love my queens out there. Don't be playing talking about I got issues with the sisters. I support the queen, Tony. Khalid, ask your question, Khalid.
So Keisha Ma, yes, I love your energy. I love your energy. I met you and we just clicked.
Yeah, instantly.
Yes, definitely. So it sounds like that during the grieving process, it was therapeutic for you to dump all of that weight and hurt into a book to help somebody, right? I gotta have that book. I want to read that book because you're helping people through that book. And I'm just grateful for you that you're doing this. And I really appreciate it because it sounds like you're a servant, right? You're a servant.
Absolutely.
You're a servant. You came back. You did what was required. And what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You done rolled up your sleeves and you're ready for the next test.
I'm ready to do the work.
You, queen. It's been enlightened. And you gave me chills. So I like it. Everybody don't move me like that, but you gave me chills.
Oh, God bless you. I know it's the spirit of God. I know it is.
Absolutely.
I know it is.
So I'm gonna make sure I purchase some books of all of the.
When you coming by?
When they do it, I'm gonna come by because we'll give it to the girls. They can have chick therapy and all that. We'll buy books.
You can read it too.
We're gonna make sure they read the book and they need some.
You can read the book
too. We need some grown women in our community, but I mean seriously, it is a blessing to just be in space with you. For you to lose the man of your life to COVID, and you have been a pillar with that conversation about making sure our people get tested. I mean, very courageous, to start that story off because so many people did not want to do that, and then for it to hit your home, and you were able to like really suck all that in at a time of like hurt, pain, and to push us forward, and then to really just kind of reinvent yourself and come with this book to really see the needs of the community, because it is therapy, working with our community. We know the issues that we deal with, but to be able to be a leader, and I always say leadership is about demonstrating what's possible, right? And there's so many people, women who are impacted by different things every day. And for you to be out there moving the way you move, giving people hope, letting them know that there is a possibility, and taking all of that and putting it into something. And that's why I think the most important of therapy is, how do we take the stuff that's hurting us, holding us, and put it into something? Because it's going to come out in different ways. And for you, it was the book. Some people are singing, some people is dancing, some people are speaking. You just have to find that. And I think you give hope to the voiceless and for the people who lost loved ones during COVID to just say, wow, if she could lose somebody that close to her and still, evolve and just impact others. And I think that's the service part. We have to continue to think about that in our community right now with all of the violence, with all the stuff that's going on. Just earlier talking about the domestic violence situation. It happens so many times in our community. And it's like, really like, how do we be open to listen? Because sometimes in our community, we don't want to listen. And sometimes people could be telling you something. And I'm glad Tony said that earlier. Like, we get so busy doing what we do. And even me, I always say, I get so busy and people trying to tell me stuff. And it's like, I'm busy. But when do we press the pause button? And I had to even do that self-check. And I'm glad Tony said it, because sometimes we get so busy, we just forget about the people, the loved ones, the things that go on, and then the self-care, because sometimes we abuse ourselves and we don't do something for ourselves. And I was thinking about that this weekend. It's my granddaughter's birthday this weekend. I'm like, I'm not doing nothing. I'm canceling my schedule. I have some events people want to do. I'm like, I'm going to chill my grandbaby and celebrate her birthday and enjoy it. But just seeing the work you do, and in this book, and like I said, we're going to purchase this book and we'll give it to some of the women out there. We have a lot of folks who are dealing with things, and sometimes they need to have that voice, that person that's been through it, giving it to them real, giving it to them authentic. And maybe we can support a few of the tickets to one of your events, because that's what it's just all about. So just want to say appreciate you. Okay. And I know it's getting late and I got to get my last guest on here, but go ahead and shout out all the amazing folks and make sure you put the information out there so we can get our community, support your book, support your events. You are doing some amazing work. And that's why you were Hidden Gem and you coming back twice, because the amount of work you do, not only at the hub, but just taking care of our babies. And it's great people like you, when our children are in your care and while we're doing stuff, it is always an honor. We have to uplift that, because so many things happening when you have people like this that's involved with our children, when people are off to work, different things. You are that blessing. So just thank you for being the queen that you are and continue to move forward. And we're going to support your book. You already know that. I'm going to pull up on you.
All right. I'm be looking for you. I just want to say thank you first to God. He is absolutely my everything. I want to thank him for allowing me to have the man of my dreams as long as I did. And that didn't mean it was perfect. That didn't mean he was perfect, nor I was perfect, but we were perfect together. I thank him for sharing his world with me. And inviting me in. My children, I have grown children and grandchildren, my family, my friends, my sisters, people who have, I have friends who all I had to do was call. I didn't have to say a word, and it could be 4 o'clock in the morning. It didn't matter. They just listened on the phone, and told me it's going to be okay. That type of thing. My brothers, I have brothers the same, that just allow me to just talk, and just hear a male's perspective. So I know what connection does. I know what community does. And we do need one another. So I just want to say that.
And I want to say that's powerful. I think you got to say that again, because I think
I was just like, dang,
hold on, you got to say that again, because you said something that's powerful. And I think this is when you talk about grown ass women and you talk about grown women in our community.
I didn't say ass.
I'm saying ass, okay? Grown ass women. We need some more of them out there. But listen, I need you to say that again for the ladies, for the grown women out there, because I think the young women and the functional women, they don't understand that. I heard something.
Okay, just let her say it again, because you get your words in the pickle.
She said, I thank him for allowing me to be in his life. I think that's powerful. Because I think sometimes we don't appreciate being in people's life. And I always tell people that around me, they think I be joking. I said, one day, the bishop is going to be gone. And y'all going to be like, man, we had a blessing to be with the bishop.
Yeah, we love you. Why is you trying to act like that? We love you.
Get him, sis. Get him, because he be on. And I'm the only one too much.
Entirely too much. But I want y'all to get y'all last guess on. Y'all know we family. That's all it is. And we family. Y'all call me, text me, email me. Just tell me what you need.
And thank you for coming to my play on Saturday. I really appreciate you in the building.
Yeah, and thank you for coming to the bowling event, and just thank you for being the phenomenal queen that you are, always uplifting, supporting other queens, also supporting the kings of the community. It takes the village, and when we talk about what is the village, you are a part of that village that are making a change and changing the narrative. So thank you again for being here. I'll be coming to drop some money in your pocket and pick up some books, and I'll get them to the people on my team. But thank you again for doing all the things that you do. Continue to be.
Get with me so I can make sure you get the first one too.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
And you have a good one, and we'll reach out to you.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Our last guest tonight, our last hidden gem. Sometimes they say the first, the last. I know she's like, what's going on? But don't worry. Sometimes the best is last. With that being said, sister, are you here? Nicole, where you at? I don't see your face. Where's my guest at? Oh, look, she like, now y'all
I'm patiently waiting. Patiently waiting.
You got blessed tonight. You were on the Full House show tonight, okay, Queen?
Goodness. Well, first of all, I want to say that all of the guests that you had on here was amazing. And I'm like, how I'm going to follow that up? Right? But I'm going to give it a try. So my name is Nicole Banks. I'm right here. I live right here in San Francisco. And I own a business called Selfie Made. And Selfie Made is where you can create yourself in whatever aspect aspect you want. I have space and opportunity. I have a building that I am offering people who are entrepreneurs and creators to come and utilize it for whatever they have. If you have a store, you have clothes you want to sell, I have space for you. If you have products, I have space for you. It originally was supposed to be a selfie museum, but with the pandemic and everything happening, I had to pivot a little bit. I know that we have a lot of programs in San Francisco that are for entrepreneurs, and I know that they need space, brick and mortar space to come and sell their products. And when I walked into this building, my vision.
Y'all hold on. Her Wi-Fi is messed up. Hang in there. We'll get her back. I know we had a couple of connection issues with her earlier. But while we trying to get her on, check out her Facebook, Selfie Made. Nicole is doing a lot of stuff in our community. She's been a community pillar in San Francisco, doing a lot of stuff. But we'll get her back on. I know she'll try to log back on here. But tonight has been powerful, community. I mean, we've seen some amazing folks listening to Truckee, seeing some of the amazing Black businesses, as we step into this Women History Month, just seeing the amazing ladies who doing stuff is very important. And we just excited. And here we got Nicole back. We know your Wi-Fi is having problems. Go ahead, jump back in there.
I'm telling you, I should have had me on fuss. But anyway. So anyway, the building is on 5680 Mission Street. I have 5 rooms, varying in size. And it's really hard to explain. I need people to come and see it. I've been having a building since October. I had maybe two. I have events all the time for myself, but I need the people of San Francisco to come and utilize it because the space is huge. It's a beautiful space, but I need our beautiful people to come and utilize it. It's big enough to have venues there. So if you have a party, baby shower, workshops, yoga, like whatever you need, like this space is for you. It's for us, by us. Mm-hmm. So whatever you need, like I can't even explain it. It's like my brain is exploding because it's like all of these things that these people were talking about. It's like a hub for you to come.
Miss Nicole, did you ever do a grand opening pop-up or anything to let people know that you're there?
I have done them, but my social media, I'm not that popular. So my social media is not, I put it on my social media and my friends come, you know what I'm saying? Some of my friends, everybody won't support you, but I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to keep going. I've reached out to some of the enterprises that have had utilize that I know will probably, what's the word? Utilize the space. So I'm still, trying to find exactly what it is that we need so I can offer that. But the space is here in San Francisco and it's open, so
I think you should do another reintroduction. I think you should go hard and promote it for like a couple of months. Really, really hard, and it gives you practice to get on your social media since your social media ain't popping because that's just the new world. In order to get the word out, you got to be popping on social media. Now, you ain't got to be popping, but you got to be on there and consistent. So I think you should. Hold on, John. I'm not finished. I think you should do another pop-up to reintroduce it to community, and then I think it's going to take off like that after that. Because some people, we don't know about this. We don't know. I never heard of Selfie Made. It sounds wonderful. It sounds like something I would have did for my birthday and had a selfie party or something. Because that's what everybody want to do is take selfies of their
Right.
Brilliant idea.
Yes.
So Nicole, now you know me.
Yes, I do.
I'm glad you reached out to me. You know both sides of the conversation. You know we move the people.
I know you move the people. That's why I'm excited. That's why I waited.
We're gonna help. Okay, that's what
we're gonna do. To be the last.
We gonna put some events in your space. I know.
That's why I gave her my. That's why I gave her my idea because I'm from both sides of the conversation.
And even Tony's event that I actually met you at with Contessa, that was even that even gave me more incentive and more ideas because I want a new co-working space. You know what I'm saying? I need somewhere to go. My kids be running around the house everywhere. I can't concentrate. So I was like, I need a space to go to. So I basically jumped in by faith and got this building. It's a whole building, y'all. A whole building.
It's okay. We're gonna get it popping for you.
We gonna get it popping. This is what I'm gonna do. Okay, Nicole. Give me the address.
The address is 56.
I'm gonna have them connect with you. I'm gonna come there. I don't know because if it's on Mission, I know the parking is pretty hard. But let me look at it and see what we do. Because I've been trying to plan something with a couple of the community organizations, some folks. What we want to do is we want to start bringing back our business networking meetings, right?
That would be
I
nice.
want to maybe do something on a Friday where we can start bringing our small businesses to spaces. But I know parking is an issue on Mission Street. But I got to see where you at.
Actually, the parking is cool because there's schools around there, and it's not a lot of people there after school is out. And then there's a church across the street that I will talk to and ask about the parking, so that won't be a problem.
Well, yeah, let's definitely talk because 50 people have already been reaching me saying, John, we need to bring back to Frisco a business networking to bring small business on Friday nights or Saturdays. We could just have some networking and doing a little party. But yeah, let me figure this out. I'm gonna connect with you. Let me come check out the space and see what you could do in there.
Yes.
We got a number of Dreamkeeper Initiative grantees, folks looking for space.
Yes,
and this is why it's important that you connected with me so that we could connect and find out how we can utilize the space. So let me come by and just see what you got, and maybe we could get some of those people from the community in there. And maybe if it's, we could look at it. Maybe we could put some offices up. I don't know.
Maybe we can have a live both sides of the conversation in the space as well.
Yeah,
because I also wanted to do a podcast room, and I started setting it up just for y'all.
Oh, you was thinking about it. All right. So yeah, let's do that. I know you do a lot of stuff, and I know you've been a pillar of the community, and you had your camera off, so I didn't know it was you. So that's the other thing. I apologize because I didn't know it was you. But I want community to know who you are because you have been doing a lot of work in our community. With giving back, working with young people. I remember just younger when you was younger, doing stuff, working with Dwayne, Barbara, a lot of stuff. And again, these are the people of our community that's making great impact. And I want to make sure that I do my part because I remember you ran summer programs. See, I'm gonna go back and throw them. When he's at YCD, different stuff. You gave me summer jobs and opportunities. Okay, see, I ain't forgot about you. So now I can return the favor, and we're gonna bless your space and make sure people come occupy the space.
That's what's up, John. Space and opportunity. Space and opportunity is what I call it. Space and opportunity. Come get you some.
Yes, definitely. But for folks that's checking out, go to your Facebook at Self-Made. Again, put the information and the address in the chat. And then if you need support in some of these marketing areas, let's talk. I can maybe get my team create a flyer. So that you can allow community to know that you do have space that they can rent out for these birthday parties and things of that nature. Because it is a lot of people in the community that are looking for space. It is hard to get space in San Francisco.
And guess what? It's affordable. It ain't $300 an hour, okay?
That's what I've been wanting to ask for the last 10 minutes. Like, how much is it now? You want some?
It's not even, like 125, 150 an hour. That's nothing. Y'all spend that on your makeup, your hair, you know what I'm saying? Your nails, all that kind of stuff, So come on through. And we even got decorations and vendors for you, everything.
Okay, don't give the people too much now. Let them come up in there and figure it out.
Okay.
Too much now. They're going to be turned down the door.
Nicole, does it have a kitchen?
No. But it's space where you can cook.
It's a place where you can bring your food inside.
You bring your hot plate. You bring your chef. It's all good.
Well, definitely what we're going to do is I'm going to have my team reach out to you. Let me get my executive assistant to put something on my schedule so I can get by there. Just take a look at the space and maybe we can shoot some ideas around. And then when I'm in these meetings with some of these folks, because there's a lot of folks that I know that are looking for spaces.
Oh, I know you know a lot of folks, Jeff.
So let me see what I can do to help support you. I got some youth programs too. That they're looking for spaces. I just was talking to somebody looking for a space to do their mentor program and some of their after school programming, and maybe that's a space for that during the week. I don't know, but
Yes.
let me come look at it and just see what the layout is, what it's like, and then see how we can help support. And again, I'll have my team create a flyer with your information, with your contact information. So folks who may be looking for the space, you never know who's watching tonight, might like, hey, I need to connect with her. So let me get my team to help you, because that's what we do. We help people. We don't just bring people on here. I'll have my team help create a flyer for you, and we'll start blasting out on our social media, and definitely make sure that you have that space rented out. Come on, Black folks in our city.
It takes a village, y'all. It takes a village.
Definitely. Let's reach out and let's get to selfie. Self-made 415. Let's go support this sister. Again, we're about uplifting Black folks. I keep telling y'all, this segment is about how do we support each other. Okay, y'all got events coming up.
That's right, Tony.
Let's make sure that we utilize this space for folks who are looking for space. Mission Street is a neutral area for folks. So let's go ahead. Let's reach out. Let's tap in. Maybe y'all could do some of y'all folks. We're getting close to the end of the year. We have prom. We have
graduations.
We have different things. Let's utilize this space and let's support our community folks and uplift these businesses. So definitely, Nicole, we will be reaching out to you. I have my team make sure they connect with you, and we'll get a flyer to help you out. We want to help. We don't just want to take. Both sides of the conversation. We're always about impacting our community, working with the community, and uplifting our community. When we talk about changing the narrative, community.
That's right.
This is what it's about. Let's get behind this queen. Let's support her. If you got events coming up, let's get in there. Maybe you have something small, something large. We always looking for space. Let's get behind her, utilize the space, and help help her what she's doing to grow. And let's have a space that's ours. So let's reach out, community.
Thank you, guys. And I just want to say everybody on here was amazing. We doing big things. All we need is a space and the opportunity and people like you guys to highlight what we doing. And the what did Truckee say? He said you have to introduce things to people. So I'm really loving this. This is my first time on a podcast. I love it. I'm a fan of both sides of the conversation. John, I love you. Been knowing you for a long time. And I really, really appreciate you guys and what you're doing, uplifting the community like you do. So thank you so very much. And just thank my community, because I see a lot of growth in it, and a lot of the people that I grew up with, we are doing big things and we are making a big impact in this community, and I love it.
Man,
so thank you.
Yeah, definitely very proud of you, and keep doing. Don't worry anymore. You're not hidden anymore. You ain't got to worry about your social media anymore. All you got to do is reach out to both sides of the conversation, and we're going to help get this information out to everybody. We got all kind of people following us all over the place, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to get that space booked. I promise you, because I believe in the word. We just had somebody here talk about affirmations. We're going to speak it into existence. We're going to all of your
That's
phone.
Right.
They're going to be saying, let me get this space. I want to do a baby shower here.
I told you we're going to get it popping.
Let's get it popping. Maybe Tony, maybe we could do a event over there. You could do another modeling event, your catwalk event.
Yes, pretty Tony. That would be actually pretty
Tony. I want to do that. I want to talk to the people. I want to hear the people's voices. I want to sit down and get in their business and get intimate with them and talk about hard conversations and just have a whole powwow fellowship. That's what I'm visualizing.
And then after that, we can go get glamorous.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much for being here. I know it's late.
John.
I appreciate you hanging on. We have a full house.
Yes. Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you, Miss Nicole.
Okay, guys. Have a good night.
We'll see you soon.
We're going to get you booked. Don't worry about it.
I believe in you, John. I do.
All right. We're going to
book it out.
All right, good night. All right, community. It's been a long night. Okay, I know y'all been like, the bishop has been going on and on and on. I don't know what's going on with my screen. Hold on, what's going on with my screen? Oh, the bishop. Pretty Tony, before we let you go, because I know you got to get out of here, get to the babies and cook and do all the amazing, wonderful things that you're doing. I know it's late, and I appreciate you, Tony. And I think it's powerful what you talked about. And you always say this about us really taking the time to sit down with our kids. And I just want to make sure before we end tonight's show that the community heard that. And I know as single parents, folks are dealing with a lot of challenges right now. And I think, Tony, you hit it right on the head. When we talk about this mental health, this situation with domestic violence is bothering me because I know a lot of women are dealing with these issues. And our community, we got to do a better job to show up for our people. But as mothers out there working 2 and 3 jobs in community, when we talk about village, it takes all of us to help these young babies and help these mothers out. And I think what Truckee is doing is phenomenal. Just the amazing stuff, man. It takes a lot, man. And I just appreciate you all just seeing Nicole here tonight. Community will get behind and support her. These times that we are in, and I really haven't talked about much of it because it hurts. I got a good friend of mine who just lost his daughter in a car crash, and the phone calls, the conversations, man, that's going on. Like, I got a lot of emotions about, what's going on in our community and our young people. They need us. And I think Tony hit it on when Tony was talking about, we got to listen to our young people right now. We got to get involved, community. We got to help each other. Our young people out here, they need us right now. And I know Tony always big on showing love, talking with our young people. We can't just dismiss our young people. They need us. They are affected. I know the adults are affected, but we got to find a way as a community to support our young people, to get involved. It's too many people walking around bragging about their degrees and how much money they make, but you ain't doing nothing to give back to the community. And I keep telling these folks, I don't care about your degrees. I don't care about how much money you make. I don't care about where you live and what you're doing and what trips you taking. What are you doing to impact our people? We need folks right now in our community that's helping our young people, helping these families. We got a lot of single families, and it's hard times out here, and I just want to make sure that's uplifted. And brothers, the work that we got to do when it comes to this domestic violence with these women, as we coming into Women History Month, a lot of pillars of our communities fighting. And, it's just an emotional night, but it's been a great Hidden Gem segment. Y'all know me. This segment is always inspiration, powerful to me. We go through the week and we hear the tragic stories and stuff going on in the news, and we have our Sunday conversations that sometimes are up and down, and then to come here on Tuesday to really uplift, support organizations and business and folks that are doing positive things. This always is the best way for me to start off my week as we get close to our next show, the educational part. But this is my favorite show, Tony. And I always say that because you see all these brilliant Black folks. We've had hairdressers tonight. We've had, just all kind of people doing stuff, mentors, coaches, doing things that impact our community. And it means a lot. So with that being said, Tony, I know you got to get out of here. Please give some parting words, and I know you're just real and the stuff you go through. And I know this stuff touch you. So just go ahead. You and colleagues definitely bring parting words to our community.
Yeah, thank you, John. And always thank you for this platform. Thank you for allowing me to be on this platform and have a voice, and again, I think it's powerful when you hear storytelling, when you hear other people's things that they're dealing with, because it brings healing to you for some kind of reason. I don't know why, but that's just a part of human nature. And we have to continue to have conversations. We have to continue to have hard conversations. And something else that Truckee said, don't be afraid to ask for help. And I'm saying that out loud in front of y'all, in front of community, because I need to tell myself that, because sometimes Black women, we do take on so much. We do feel like we have to be strong. We feel like we don't need nobody, but in our nationality, everybody needs somebody out here. And we just got to put our pride to the side and say, look, I need some help, because guess what? I'm raising a daughter and a son, and I don't know how to raise a son. I don't know how to help him with his emotions and when he goes to the bathroom or whatever he's dealing with. I can only be his mother, and I'm going to baby him. I'm going to love on him. I'm going to pray for him. But that's all I can do for the most part. But we need to be able to ask for help. We need to be able to come to the table, and we need to be able to continue to have resources and hear from people like Truckee. You know what I'm saying? What he's doing, I haven't even heard about that in my own community. He's in my own community. That hurts me. You talk about hurt. I work right here, and then you're right down the street. There's no reason why I should not know who you are. Let's get back together with eye contact. hugging each other. I know it's COVID and all that, but we are covered by the blood of Jesus, because that's what we was taught a long time ago. And we got to get back to that space community. It's a must. Are we going to be destroyed and separated forever? But I want to send prayers and love to all the people that passed away this weekend in our city, in our community. I heard that in the beginning of the announcements, and it broke my heart, because this weekend was Black Joy Weekend, and that's what we should be celebrating every single day of our lives, that we get to be able to take a breath. Community, get involved. Do something. You ain't got to be a John Henry. You ain't got to be a Tony Rochelle. You could just do your part, and your part is just starting and doing something. We must. But that's all I'm gonna say for now.
And Tony, don't leave without promoting your ascending. Tony is doing amazing things. She's not just here. Talk about the play. You didn't even talk about the play tonight. We didn't have enough time.
That's the thing.
I'm disappointed, Tony.
I don't talk about myself. I don't talk about myself because I'm here for community, but I'm trying to get better at that, because I'm still doing community work. I just started a platform community. It's called Ascending with Tony Rochelle. I know you've heard me mention that name multiple times, because that is a word that I live through every single day. Sometimes it's the smallest things, it's the middle things, and it's the huge things. But some kind of way, you still see me coming back on this platform. You see me in community. You see me being a mother. I do it every day. And so do you, community. So if you have a story and you want to share with community, you want to help wellness and healing, and again, telling your story, please, please, please hit me up. And maybe you know somebody else that needs to come and tell their stories. Some of the guests that was on tonight have had the pleasure of coming on the platform, telling their stories, being vulnerable, letting you know, like Kamisia said, like she was in pain and she ascended, and you guys can do the same thing no matter how big or small it is. And really, John, I'm just trying to do my part in community. I'm trying to help heal, and I'm still trying to heal myself from all the generational things that's on my back. It's a lifestyle with this mental health, and that's what we're doing in community. Yes, this weekend we also had a unapologetically Black play, and don't worry, community, because the play is so powerful that we're going to show it again at the Arts Festival this coming up, and a couple of other places, because the story, the title Unapologetically Black is that we have to teach people how to treat us constantly. And so you don't want to miss out on it. I'll make sure I promote it when it comes up again. John, thank you for always pushing me and helping me promote my things, and just looking out for community and everything. Tonight I am on a super, super high, because it was such an amazing show, and I haven't been here in a while. So I think I was even more just like in dinner rush. So excuse me, y'all, too, if I took over a little bit, but I get happy when I'm able to do this type of work. So again, thank you.
And Tony, and just before you go, because I know you got to get here, leadership. And I just want people to know, because people's calling, where's Tony at? She got a lot going on, and we always support each other. And I think, Tony, the powerful thing that what we do here is see community, we uplift each other. We uplift each other. She support, I support, I do whatever I can do to make sure that people are following, getting there, because that's what it's all about. It's not about one entity. It's not about another person. It's all about how do we impact our community. It's about impact. There's no competition. It's really about impact. And I keep trying to tell people, a lot of people, I want to start a podcast. Go ahead. Let me help you. Let me show you what to do. It's a lot of work in all of this. But again, I keep telling people we got to uplift each other. And I just love when you hear Tony, because at the end of the day, and I know we be shooting and talking stuff and clowning, but just know, community, I have the utmost.
It's all love. It's all love.
I have the utmost respect for Tony, the work that she does. She does a lot of things, and with all that she does, still being a mother and a part of our community. So just want to give you your flowers as well, Tony, for all the amazing stuff that you do for community. And a lot of times folks don't know, but I just want you to know why you here publicly, because I never want nobody to lie. I support you. I will always uplift you. And I always want to see you win. It's always about that. And I think we just need to do more of that in community. It's not about hating on each other. It's not about competition. It's about how can I support you and how can I support myself? And you always do it. It's always reciprocity with you. And I just thank you so much for who you are and what you stand for. And just keep ascending, Queen. And we're going to make sure that you do the things that you do. But I'm going to let you get out of here. I know you got to cook to them babies.
Good
It's
night.
late. Get out of here.
Bye,
All right. Have a
Community.
good evening. All right. Miss Khalees, I know it's late for you. This queen is way out in Arkansas, okay? Representing both sides, doing her thing. But you was here tonight, and it's important. And you are a powerful mother, community activist. You're part of both sides of the conversation. But just want to give you opportunity. I know it's late for you out there. You got to get there, lay down. But just give some parting words to the community, and I'll give the benediction and get out of here tonight.
I mean, it's a beautiful thing to be part of both sides of the conversation and everything that we're doing in the community. I'm very passionate about being part of both sides of the conversation. But community, we have to be mindful of the influences that we're putting within ourselves. And what comes to mind is, am I my brother's keeper? And the answer is yes, you really are. We're responsible for each other. And with that being said, I believe that you can't help someone if you don't help yourself first. So be mindful of what you're putting in your soul, your spirit, because at the end of the day, you really want to help someone. And that's what makes both sides of the conversation so great. It makes it very great. So that's all I have to say.
All right. Well, thank you. And if you want to get out of here, if you want to wait to the benediction over, you can. But I know it's late out there. You get your rest and just appreciate you. But community, I know it's late. Community's like, hurry up and get off the air. Y'all doing too much. Hey, it happens like this. Some days it happens. The energy is moving, it's flowing. It's great stuff. Tonight was another great conversation for the people. You see some amazing hidden gems, perfect stuff. But I'm going to shut up and get the benediction out of here so we can get out of here. So with that being said, community, another great hidden gem segment. Tonight, you was blessed with some of the best in the community. You heard from hairdressers, bringing love and joy to the people. Nothing is like our hair, our looks, our things that we do as a community all the time, uplifting our beauty, making sure we feel good. It starts with our hair. It starts with our mind. And Sister Rashida came here talking about the things that she is doing to impact our community. When we talk about hair, when we talk about style, when we talk about moving equity forward, getting a space in Las Vegas to be able to move and shake with the big dogs. That's what it's all about, uplifting the people in the community. Y'all heard from some amazing, amazing people. You heard from Brother Truckee, the passion, the love for our youth, the way he's connecting our youth, bringing the spirituality, giving the youth their voices. That's what we all are about, uplifting the youth, giving them a voice, a space. When we talk about mentorship, we had a powerful sister here talking about spirituality, how to get in tune with yourself, disconnecting. We all need this. Make sure you get out and go to her vision board event, because that's what it's all about. Predicting and seeing the future, speaking things into existence. That's what we're going to continue to do in 2023. I kept telling y'all in the beginning of the year, in 2023, we will see what it will be. Start with a vision board. Go out there and check out. Put your goals and your future dreams and your objectives up there. We got to think about what's going on. We talk about dreaming forward, the Dream Keeper Initiative, Black Joy, Black Excellence, Black Power, Economic Empower. That's what we're talking about, dreaming forward. Amazing gems tonight are dreaming forward. They are pursuing the opportunities that this country have given to the folks of the people. There's a lot of work, okay? We are ending our month that we have. It's very short, but it's the end of Black History Month. We are here trying to make sure that Black joy, Black liberation happens every day, 365 days a year. You heard from the sister who wrote the book, through the pain, losing a loved one for COVID. It is a very challenging thing. When we talk about mental health in our community, we have to tap into the things that can help us heal when we deal with pain. Writing the book was hers. What is yours? What are you going to do when you go through the things that you do? It is very important that we do it. You heard from the sister Nicole, who was trying to get her space open for the community. When Black folks are looking for places to go and to do events, you have somebody here, right here tonight. You learned about another space you could connect with the people in the community. Reach out to her. We're going to help her so that you know next time you have a birthday party, next time you have a baby shower, maybe it's last minute you're looking for a space. That's the queen that you need to connect with so that you could go ahead and get the space. That's just what it's all about. We're going to continue to uplift the people. You heard some amazing things tonight. All we're going to do is keep pushing forward. Community, it takes all of us working together. We are changing the narrative. We will have the tough conversations. We will talk about the things that everybody don't want to talk about. But when we talk about things, we make sure that it's impact. When we assess the situation, we're going to criticize it, but we're going to mobilize and make change. The pain of the people. Before I leave, I must say the tragedy that continues to happen in our community with gun violence, we have to figure a way. Community, we are going to have a real accountable conversation about violence in our community. When we talk about violence, there's a number of ways violence show up. Also, we're going to have a real conversation. Brothers, I'm calling out the brothers. Domestic violence is a real issue. We as men are going to have to check our egos. We are going to have to check the very things that trigger us to make us feel that we have to do certain things to the people we say we love. We're going to have a real conversation on domestic violence. It is real. This pain, this hurt impacts everybody in our community, not only the youth, not only the people involved. It impacts our entire community. Young people, we're going to continue to do our work. We're going to continue to work with you. Tragically, a young girl and other teenage boys was killed, just taking risks that they don't need to take. Just being around people. When we talk about the people that we are around, my grandmother always told me, be careful who you hang with. Good company is what you want to be around. Who you hanging around could really take you down. And tragically, being around the wrong people took this young lady down. The pain of a father losing his daughter, the pain of a mother losing her daughter is something that you just don't know. The cause, the just all of the things that goes on in this process is a challenge. Community, continue to pray for these families. Community, make sure tonight you do your part. Sit at the table. Talk to your young people. Don't let them say nothing's going on. Don't ask them what's there today. And they say, it's nothing. No, let's talk. Let's put the phones down. Let's put the iPads down. Let's sit down and break bread with our young people. Find out where their minds are. What's going on? We got a lot of work to do, community. It's going to take all of us. We have to do this, and we will do this, because I believe at some point, enough people will be fed up of what's going on and going to see change. Again, community, thank you all for tuning in tonight. It's been a long night. I know they like, John, it's Tuesday, but we had to have this. Great show tonight. Amazing hidden gems. Make sure you go and do your part to support them. And we're going to work with all of them and make sure that they get into the community. Again, let's support each other. We're trying to build this Black ecosystem of support, help each other all the way around. And it starts with these business owners. It starts with you in the community. Do your part. Let's continue to make Black Friday a day every Friday for our small Black businesses. Make sure you are intentionally doing the things you need to do with your Black dollars to impact Black businesses. We support all people, but we got to support our people first and make sure that they get the things so that they can thrive, and do the things that they need to do. So with that being said, community, thank you all for tuning in. I know it's late. This Thursday, we'll have another Educational Thursday, and we're going to continue to do our part intentionally to make sure our community gets access to information and knowledge and things that they need to thrive. A lot of things are changing. A lot of things are happening, but we'll be here, part of it, and we'll continue to keep marching on the side of the community. It is the new month starting tomorrow. It is Women's History Month. So before I leave, because they say I don't support the queens, shout out to all the amazing queens that every day make history for Black women, for other women in this country and across the world. Just want to say we appreciate you. We want to say we have a Black woman who is mayor in San Francisco. Shout out to Mayor London Breed. We have some amazing women that are doing some amazing things. Shout out to Director Davis. Shout out to Dr. Sai. Shout out to all of the amazing women in our community that impact community. Shout out to Dr. Marianne Jones. Shout out to some of these folks that you might not see that are impacting our community. We appreciate you, queens. We know y'all put up with a lot. We know y'all do a lot. This month, we will honor the women of our community, and we are excited to say that we uplift and walk on the side of the women in our community. Happy Women's History Month. Tomorrow and on, you women continue to make history, change the world, and change the narrative. From your voices and our voices, all can be done. We will hear from the people. Thank y'all for tuning in. The bishop has to go now. Good night now, people.